And there we are. Gentlemen,
Who the hell are you talking to?
go fuck yourselves. Anyway,
We're just a bunch of, well, I'll refrain from swearing within the next 2 minutes because that's usually what they search
Yeah.
for.
I forgot about that. I apologize. Not like you're likely to go into monetization anytime in the next millennium anyway.
nah. Oops.
Yeah. It seems monetization is reserved for people who play the game that YouTube wants them to play.
Which means none of us in this community.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Well,
much.
I'm too small.
That too. But
Yeah,
Rumble, though. Rumble will pay you a quarter a stream.
Hey, Tom.
And you don't need... Oh, go ahead, Mando.
I was just going to point out, I seem to recall a certain mining colony saying that after a certain battle on an icy planet, and they didn't exactly have a good end result.
What are you talking? Star Wars, the second one?
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
And that was a great movie. Actually, the best movie, if you ask me.
I find it to be overrated, but
it is. But I enjoyed it more than Return of the Jedi.
And see, for me, that's the exact opposite. I enjoyed Return of the Jedi more, but then again, I also prefer the space battle at the very end as opposed to the ground battle at the beginning of the other one.
Right.
So
I like them both.
Yeah, they're both entertaining flicks. It's just different taste.
Right.
And personally, I really don't like the romantic subplot that was peppered all throughout Return of the Jedi. Or not Return of the Jedi, but Strikes Back.
You know.
But you guys know my history with that, so that should probably explain why I'm not a fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is funny. So I told Batty that I was live at 7. He says, I'm just playing with stuff for a while. I'll be alone. Oops. He'll be along. And then all of a sudden, Angry Phil's in there. Tom Laundry's in there. Holy shit. Chaos for You is in there. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, is Batty streaming?
Yeah, Batty's got a thing going. He's fucking around with
sewing
with
stream
a pack or something. Yeah. Yeah. I got no problem. I just wanted to let him know, hey, man, we're over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you... If I can find it again. Jesus. Oh, there it is.
I was about to say, you asked me to bring something up, but I haven't.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a link in the private.
No.
Phrasing.
It doesn't work anymore. Uh-oh. Who's there?
That would be Mr. Doc Holliday.
Yes. You know who
you're
I am.
Late. You're fucking late. You fucking
am.
Piece of shit.
I changed genders, so I thought that I would just
are you going for the WNBA too?
Yeah. See, I thought I would affirm my gender by being late.
Oh,
I thought that was white supremacy.
Well, unless you got walleyes like Reese, and then you'll be fine. That bitch looks like a fucking fish.
I got to tell you, man, the dude that's trying to get into the WNBA, that's hilarious, man.
Oh, he's awesome. I love that guy.
That is hilarious.
Royce White. Yeah, Royce White is hilarious. He's got a high-powered lawyer with him now.
And he is so serious when he says it too, man. Mm-hmm. That is so funny. And they are flipping their shit out. They can't stand this.
Oh, yeah. So here you go, guys.
Because he's forcing them to actually look at their double standards.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the big reveal. You see this thing?
Oh, good for you.
Printer? Yeah.
Yep, I pulled the trigger yesterday.
Is that all? It's only $850?
No, that is if I wanted to wait till mid-September to get it. I spent $1,000 on it.
So to speed up the process.
Yep. It's coming next weekend.
How big's
Friday.
the printing area?
10 by 10 by 10.
Okay.
That's a good
But
size.
Yeah.
it's not huge, but it's a decent size.
Yeah, that's what she said too.
Yeah, it's
Tommy?
enough to build your components together to create a final product.
Well,
So-
and my big thing is I want to make enclosures for the fucking electronic shit.
And that's what I was literally about to ask you. What do you plan to use it for?
Yeah, that's what it's for. It's not for figurines or anything like that, because then I would have went with a UV one.
Well, the reason I bring that up, and this is me talking from experience.
Mm-hmm.
I've owned a few different 3D printers, some good ones, most crap.
Right.
And the main purpose I bought them was for building my Mandalorian armor and building terrain for wargaming.
Yeah, so this one would be great for that.
Well,
For the armor, but it wouldn't be great for the figurines.
I don't do it for the actual figures. I do it for terrain, e.g., ruined buildings, ruined tanks.
Okay, there I could see it.
Yeah.
Things like crates
cool.
that you can scatter around. Things
Right.
of that nature. Not doing a 30 millimeter stormtrooper.
Right.
Now, I'm going to say this. I've got an artillery Sidewinder V4 that I popped the extruder head when I was trying to do a hot swap, according to the YouTube saying that you're supposed to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And after that thing popped, I have been very hesitant about purchasing another one or even the stuff to get it up and running again, because
Hello?
I've pretty much already got all the components done.
Oh. Yeah, you kind of crapped out there.
I think
Yeah,
that
he
was
just
just a
suddenly
short
dropped his audio.
interrupt.
No, that's all right. We'll make do with it.
Keep going, Mando. He may have popped.
Oh,
Yeah, I think your ISP is screwing with you, dude.
3D terrain, that's really only useful if I have a community of people who are playing the same games I'm playing at the same time.
Yeah,
Something like
that's
$800. So right now I have a $800 paperweight because I don't have a real need to get the thing up and running again. And for me, it's almost useless. I'm just gonna say this to anyone out there thinking about buying one of these things. Make sure you have a plan for what you're going to use it for, and it be more than just, oh, that's going to be cool. I can make all this neat shit with it. Yes, you can. It's also, these things are also so temperamental, even the good ones, that you really need to have an idea of what you're using it for before you pull the trigger.
Yeah, and I do.
And bear in mind, I'm not trying to discourage anyone from buying one of the things. I'm just wanting to make sure you know what the end result's going to be with it.
I've done the research.
It's and this is a terrible analogy, but it's almost akin to adopting a puppy. You need to remember that thing's going to grow into a dog, and you need to be prepared to take care of it. In the case of a 3D printer, you're going to need to buy extruder heads on a regular basis. You're going to need to buy filament or resin on a regular basis. And you're also going to need to have dry lubricant to apply to the moving parts on a regular basis.
Yeah, because raw dog in it, you got to worry about that with the dry lubricant.
Well, okay.
I'm giving you shit.
I know, and I'm going to kick this right back at you. You run, I know you did 50 cal training with the Navy, at least once.
I did not. Never saw one.
I know you had to have done some kind of firearms training with the Navy.
9mm and shot, and that was it.
If you don't apply lubricant to those things, you're not going to be able to get them to shoot more than about 50 rounds before they lock up on you. If you don't apply lubrication to the moving parts on your 3D printer, it will
Mm.
either lock up or it'll make horrendous grinding noises every time you try to do anything with it.
Yeah.
I've never owned one, and I'm curious. What parts are the moving parts that you have to lubricate?
Well,
You have
this is an XY core.
Mm-hmm.
So the
you're gonna have
axis, you need to lubricate those.
you're gonna have a minimum of 7 moving components that you're gonna have to
Mhm.
lubricate. Is
then-
this one that you're getting gonna have a moving print bed or a stationary print bed?
The print bed drops. It's an XY core. So
Okay.
the print bed starts at the top and drops as it prints.
So Z0's at the top. Gotcha.
Okay, so where you're going to have the most moving components is up in the top where the
Right.
XY axis is. So
Right.
that's going to probably be at least 4 moving elements that you have to lubricate on a regular basis.
Yep.
And
I've done the research on that. I've seen the maintenance. It's not that hard.
I'm not saying it's hard. I'm going to say it's a time-consuming process and it's a messy process.
This one's not so much.
I can guarantee you the videos that you probably saw, more than likely.
Oh no. No, I didn't even pay attention to that part of it with the videos. The part of it I was looking at was actually the manufacturer maintenance schedules and shit like that.
Yeah.
This one's pretty decent.
Again,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, dude. Dude, trust me. I deal with fucking industrial equipment.
I know you do, Tommy. All I'm doing is giving the heads up more or less to the audience more than to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You better be in for it for the win, because you're gonna be fucked if you don't.
Because you and I have worked with them. I've worked with them for hobby and in professional settings. You've probably worked on with them exclusively professionally at this point.
Yep.
The other thing I'm going to ask you on the one that you've ordered, what's the slicer?
Orca.
You're going to need to be very creative with the G codes.
Yeah. I've already understood that. There's also, this one's a little more open source than like the bamboo.
The reason I say you're going to have
bamboo bullshit.
The reason I'm saying you're going to have to be very creative with your G codes on that is, again, the artillery sidewinder I currently own, the slicer on it is Orca. I have had to, whenever I tried to do a print with that thing, I've had to reset G codes so fucking frequently because it will not stick.
That's interesting. You actually print with G code?
What the G code is the unique identifier code for the part.
Right. Some of them do. This one is not really that. You see the website. You can check it out yourself. The thing with it is, it's an Orca fork that's been modified to meet their software a little bit better. The software is all open source, and there's already hacks out to fucking jailbreak the frickin' system itself.
Hey, Tommy.
Huh.
We are now experiencing problems with the StreamYard. Shocker. No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you're crackling.
Oh, well, just work with it. Deal with this already. Went through
Yeah,
the testing phase.
It's been an ongoing issue again.
Yeah. It's hit and miss. If I stumble on a word or something garbles, let me know. I will repeat myself.
Well, okay, Tommy, I'm going to ask you this question in absolutely no seriousness. If you're stumbling on a word, do we need to be blaming StreamYards, or have you been drinking again?
Oh, I've always been drinking.
Yes. Jinx.
Yeah.
Like I said, in absolutely no seriousness on there because I know you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, we ain't worried about it. So the only thing that I'm running into, because this one is a heated bed, fully enclosed.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I can control, plus it's got an exhaust fan to do PLA.
Yeah.
Now, you know what my first real attempt will be after I go through the bullshit supply?
No.
PETG carbon fiber.
Ugh. Don't
Is that
do
one
that
of
to
the
yourself.
filaments?
Well,
Do
No.
not do that. Do not do that to yourself. That's going to require a huge amount of heat on your extruder system,
Uh-huh.
and it's going to require the print bed to also be extremely hot to do anything with. And quite honestly,
he's already got it.
I've already got 4 kilograms of the shit.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know, Tommy, but
Mhm.
carbon has a really nasty habit of destroying the print head.
yes,
These are stainless steel.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
matter.
I know. Trust me, guys. I've done the research. Quit
Okay.
being little fucking freaks about
Hey,
this shit.
It's yours,
Um,
not mine, buddy.
I'm just trying to give you a heads up about it, buddy.
Oh, I know.
Less.
I know. I'm now. Here's the other thing you guys don't know about me. I got to deal with industrial engineering shit in my job.
I kind of already knew that because of some of our backstage conversations.
Right. Now, our particular site fucked it away and let it go to shit. But the material they were using, crap, makes this shit look like nothing. Now, one thing I've heard, especially specifically about PETG, don't fucking bother. It won't collect water.
Okay, you're gonna have to say that again, Tommy.
I says PETG, don't worry about it. It won't collect water. You can dry it all you want. It's not like PLA or nylon. Nylon is nasty.
Yeah, I won't touch nylon with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of nylon at the shop. That
See-
shit is terrible.
When I do have a working 3D printer, I do use PLA
Mhm.
for one simple reason. With what I do, I don't need it to be something super durable. I just need it to I'm the most durable I need it to be is something where it's not going to crush when I'm wearing my armor and lean back. And it's not going to fall apart the very first time I try to transport a piece of terrain from my home to whatever venue I'm setting up at.
Right.
But if you're doing something like a motorcycle clutch, like a guy I went to college was doing,
No.
PLA will not work.
Oh,
At
no.
least not at least not for anything more than a test part to make sure that it'll fit where you want to put it.
Actually, it's not even that great because the tolerances of most of your printers aren't that great.
I'm just using that as an example, Doc.
No,
Yeah.
it's absolutely true on both stances.
All right. PLA is great for rapid prototyping and just
Mhm.
trying to make sure bits and pieces will work initially.
Yep.
I'm torn with the 3D printer thing. I really like the idea of home 3D printers,
Sure.
but I personally am of the opinion that they need to be purchased with specific purposes in mind,
Mhm.
and that you have a specific material that you're going to focus in on, even as a hobbyist.
Right. And that's where I'm at right now is I've already done this research and fucking him and Han for a year.
Yeah.
And finally I pulled the trigger.
I'm glad you decided that you found one that you're willing to take the risk on.
I'm really liking this one, especially because it's a 4-head tool changer.
Yeah, and that's a level of complexity I never messed with.
Right. I don't have to deal with the. And if you guys look at some of the early reviews on this thing, they were bitching about how much shit it purged and all this other crap. Well, that's not true any longer. They've fixed it. They've had a few other things that have come up. These guys have been really reactive about fixing the issues that have been pointed out by the community. So I've got some pretty good confidence that this thing's going to work just fine for what I want to do. And honestly, it is an upper mid-level, entry-level machine.
Yeah, it's not like the XYZ printer that I started out with.
No, and XYZs are way more complicated.
Well, and the thing is, I started out with an XYZ Da Vinci, and I would still be using that one if it wasn't for the fact that XYZ went out of business. It was a little 6x6x6 print bed, which meant most of my armor wasn't really printable properly on that.
No.
But it was a good learning machine. It was a good machine for doing, in my case, miniature starships and certain wall segments for the terrain that I do.
Sure.
I'm not going to say I loved it, but I used that thing until it got to the point where I could not get spare parts or PLA for it anymore, and then I had to get rid of it because there was no other option.
Right.
But I think I used that little piece of crap for, 2.5, 3 years.
The other thing, guys, that you're not understanding, or I didn't disclose, I should say. I've got a detached garage. This thing will be residing in the detached garage.
Which means you can be running that thing damn near 24/7 if you want to, and you have the material to.
And I can use the nastiest, fucking stinkiest shit known to man and have it exhausted into the atmosphere out of the garage, and I won't smell a fucking thing.
That's an improvement. The 3D printer I've got, it resides in the living room. In fact, right now it's less than 10 feet away from where I'm sitting off to my right.
Exactly. And that was one of the really big things I wanted to do, was make sure that I could use engineering filament if I wanted to, and I wouldn't have to fucking deal with the exhaust in the house.
Yeah, and that, for me, that's another big limitation for what I do with it, because again, PLA, it doesn't give off a lot of fumes. There's a little bit of off-gassing, but
yeah, they're not bad at all with PLA. And I will get some PLA and play with it.
PETG, on the other hand, that one's a little bit nastier for off-gassing.
Especially with the carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon fiber is absolutely horrendous. And before they went under, XYZ was playing around with copper and brass filaments as well. I can only imagine the heat levels that thing would have had to go to, as well as the fumes that would have come off of it.
Yeah. I haven't wanted to do that printing myself because of the slop that printers are generally known for. I know that was poor English, but I said it anyway.
It's a fairly accurate assessment, especially when you have failed prints.
Well, I mean, I think some of the tolerances are like plus or minus a millimeter, which is astronomical in the machining world.
You're not wrong. Like I said, it all depends on what you want to use the darn thing for.
You know, a lot of people are worried about people printing firearms and on the printers, and that's just a hit or miss if it'll even work.
Oh, a couple years ago at Christmas, one of my cousins was talking about that, and I literally burst out laughing. It was one of these things. She was going on and on about how we're going to be inundated with all these guns that cannot be identified, blah blah blah. And I was like,
bullshit.
I literally looked at her and go, okay, have you actually looked at a 3D printed firearm? I mean, actually looked at it, or have you just been looking at what CNN and MSNBC have been putting out about it?
Yep.
She was like, I've just been looking at what the media has put out. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I actually opened up 3 different online repositories for STL files that I use to actually hunt down templates. And I showed her the usable 3D firearms on all of those. They literally look like Tonka toy guns.
That's exactly what they are.
And I looked at her and go, do you really think that you're going to be offing anybody with that piece of junk?
If you're lucky, 1 round will go. That's about it.
If it doesn't explode in your
Right.
hand.
That's what I'm saying. If you're
Right.
lucky.
Oh no, and that's why I was explaining to my cousin, and she was just, oh, I didn't realize they were that big and bulky. And then I was like, okay, and I'm going to show you something else that I 3D printed out myself. Out in the trunk of my car, I had some of my armor because I went to a cosplay thing the evening before, and I just didn't take everything out because it was winter. I went out and grabbed one of my van braces, brought it in, and was like, this is a 3D print. You tell me if that material would be usable for anything resembling a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh, this is light. Like, yeah.
Yeah, there's no real content to it.
And
And
then
yes, broken pine, they have to have a steel barrel.
Mm-hmm. They also need to have a zinc firing pin.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the spring.
Mm-hmm. Usually anything 3D printed for anything gun is just lower receiver. And how long it lasts is really dependent upon the material you use to print it. And normally it's not going to last very long.
And the thing is, for my cosplay material,
Mm-hmm.
I 3D printed out the torso plating, a prototype helmet that I only use when the weather is absolutely horrendous. The van braces that you normally see on most Mandalorians in the Star Wars franchise, a Galar carbine, and a Westar pistol.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And I've also got some 3D printed greaves that I'm still trying to figure out just how to actually mount properly so I can actually wear them the way they're intended to be worn. But the whole thing is, all of that stuff, it has no real stress on it.
No.
It's
just
with the exception, like I said, of the back plate and the greaves if you're sitting down and you lean back. And even then, that's not a huge amount of stress on the material.
so dealing with on issue.
What?
Yeah, you broke up, Tommy.
You're breaking up really bad.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you earlier. StreamYard's really screwing with you.
You're dealing with a strap-on issue.
The greaves that I'm currently working with and trying to figure out how to get them to mount properly are ones that are C-shaped and go around the thigh. I need to figure out the padding that's going to go on the inside so that way I can actually wear them comfortably, as well as the nylon strap that's going to be going from the top of the greave to my belt, and also go around the outside so that way it'll click in place. So not quite a strap-on, but kind of a strap-on.
Well, we probably need to change the subject about strap-ons.
Probably. Probably.
Way too quiet.
Well, it also doesn't help that Tommy's got his headset off and is trying to figure out what's going on with his system. I will
I
not
was
be.
about to say the dead air was deafening.
I'm kind of wondering if this is going to actually be a fairly short stream because of the tech issues that Tommy's running into.
Yeah, it could be.
Well,
You know what we haven't been running into issues on?
What?
Rumble Studio.
Rumble, yep. Rumble Dumble's pretty smooth.
I don't think I've played around with that one at all.
When Sean ran his, Outlaw, you know how his computer was acting up. We all got on there. Outlaw was clear as a bell.
Yep.
Huh.
Even though earlier that night, StreamYards wasn't having it at all.
Is it my imagination that StreamYard's really started to shit the bed recently?
Yes.
That seems to be their MO. They operate terrible, then they fix it, then they add some new whistles and bells, then it takes a shit again.
So they fix it so they let it break, then they fix it till it's no longer broken, then they fix it some more until it's broken again.
I mean, that's what happens when venture capital gets a hold of your shit.
Honestly, guys, I'm not sure if it's a corporate thing like Sean's saying, or if they're actually trying to make their stuff work, and they're running into issues where they've screwed up their own, programming issues or are fighting each other. I don't know. That's too hard to tell.
Yeah, it is impossible to tell with all of the coding for any of this stuff. That's why I didn't go into programming.
Programming hurts the mind.
Well, it's like the joke from Jurassic Park. How much code do you have to go through? About 3 million lines.
That's all.
They're not wrong about that part.
Okay, going to what I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm literally looking at some of these broken requests that I'm getting from different locations. I'm not going to mention the French by name. Oops. And I'm literally thinking, a CS chamber is much more civilized.
You know what would be hilarious, guys, is if StreamYard's issues was all boiled down to a syntax error.
Oh, dear God.
That would be freaking hilarious.
Honestly, with the way computers are nowadays, it wouldn't shock me if that turned out to be true.
Right.
We have over-engineered all of this software to the point where, honestly, the computers themselves almost need shrinks. I made this
I can
joke.
Believe it.
I made this joke a few weeks ago and when you look at the Transformers franchise, if one of the Autobots or Decepticons has a psychiatric break, do you call a psychiatrist or do you call IT?
I would think IT.
Because technically you could go with either direction on that.
Yes.
And here's the other, even darker question. In the case of the Terminator franchise, when the T-800 was reprogrammed to go after John Connor, did he need a psych eval, or did he need IT to come in and fix his software?
All right, I said fuck it. I switched over to the wired. How's this?
You're coming in tinny, but
different quality, but yeah, you're at least legible.
Tinny? Tinny?
Yeah, you are tinny.
God damn it. Motherfucker.
You're understandable. You just sound like crap.
Well, the Bluetooth turned into shit. So, I'm not even going to fuck with that anymore right now.
You know, I'm just gonna say this. Perhaps the band Rage Against the Machine wasn't wrong on the name of their band, just
All
for
right.
different reasons.
Well,
Is that a little
yeah.
better?
Yep.
Maybe that. Did
It
that
doesn't
help
really.
at all?
It'll work. It's just it's a different quality than the other
Yeah.
headset.
Now that's without the stereo audio. What about the echo cancellation? I turned that off.
Tommy, what it basically sounds like right now is when you're on a Singars with a handset that is only halfway working.
All right. So let's
So it's not terrible. It's good enough for just our little BS
Our group.
sessions.
all
But
right.
if you were trying to run a professional grade webinar, I would tell you to move to something better.
Yeah, that is never going to happen.
But does that give you an idea of how you're sounding?
All right. I'm good with that.
Yep. As long as it's clear, it's cool.
Yep. Oh, I think he kicked himself out.
No way. Again? Sure did. Yeah, we may end up having to can this one.
Yeah, probably not for the worst either.
Yeah.
Oh, he jumped back in, but he didn't. Oh, I think he's switching. Switching back to the other set.
Playing with his systems
Is
again.
that better?
Hey. All right. So far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, Tommy, you were sounding fine earlier. It just was kind of small compared to the way you normally sound.
All right. You calling me small, motherfucker?
No,
I'm only 5'6", but that's not the point.
You're killing us, Smalls.
No, bitch, I'm not calling you small. I said you sounded small.
I love it. I love it.
Quit
You
being
got Mando to curse.
Quit being a fucking cunt about
it. He knows he can get away with it on my show. That's why he does it. I love it.
Well, and think about it this way. How often do I actually curse? I mean, really
Not
drop
often.
hard curse
Rarely.
And really, you didn't curse.
Well, depending on the culture you're talking to.
Well, you could claim it, but that wasn't really cursing.
Because technically speaking, a Brit would say that I'm using some incredibly foul language.
Well, they can bloody fuck their brother. Whatever.
They do.
Actually, no, they don't anymore. They now let the migrants do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you complain about it, you're an istophobic.
Yeah.
God.
I'm sorry.
I can't stand these fucking people anymore.
I shouldn't have gone there. I'm sorry. That was low, very low hanging fruit.
No. It's hanging fruit, just like these milking tables that the fucking porn actresses do. And all you need to do is not milk it, just punch the balls. Punch the balls. Punch the balls. It's a fucking punching bag. If you're stupid enough to stick your dick and your balls in that milking table, you need to be punished. You're a dumbass. There, you weren't expecting that, were you, Mando?
On that one, I'm just going to say no comment.
No cunt mint?
No comment.
By the way, we need to get a new screen up. What can we find? Something crazy.
Crazy?
What flavor of crazy are you wanting? Because with our community, I'm pretty sure that they can come up with some crazy for you.
Well, there was a couple of good shorts that came up. Of course, we'll probably get freaking dinged for them, but you know.
A couple of good shorts. Isn't that what Bart Simpson used to say all the time?
Well, yeah, but he's supposed to be dead in the next season or something. I don't remember what the hell was going on.
What? They're gonna kill Bart?
I think so.
No,
God, I just wish they would kill that show.
Right?
You really know? You know what's really disturbing? They originally made The Simpsons as an animated version of Married with Children.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's because what's her name? She was the one that she was a comedy gal that did skits, kind of like Carol Burnett used to. But she was the one that gave the Matt Groening the audience to see The Simpsons. And I remember the first Simpsons one that played on her show after or before Married with Children. I can't remember which it was. But it was Maggie sticking a fork in a socket.
Ooh.
Tracy Ullman. There you go, Broken Pine. Thank you. And she was fucking hilarious. I really liked her.
All I know for certain is I used to watch Married with Children, not every episode, but damn near every episode.
Mm-hmm.
And had the cast really wanted to, they could probably have kept that thing going for another 10 years easily.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't the cast. It was Fox.
Well, it was actually a combination. I've been of the opinion for a long time that you can tell when the cast of a show is getting tired of the characters,
right?
Just because of the level of effort they put in. And near the end, the cast of Married with Children was not putting in a lot of effort.
No. Well, and the other fact is the writers continually degraded over that time span.
Well, yes and no. It altered from season to season. Because you had some seasons where you had really outstanding writing, and other seasons where you were just like, okay, this is nowhere near as good as what it was last year.
Right. Well, we see it with all the science fiction shit, too.
Well, part of that, also, at least when it comes to modern garbage, is the fact that you have so many unions that screw over shows.
Yep.
If you look at the reimagined Battlestar Galactica, you can tell the season that was being done during a writer's strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that season...
Yeah, the talent wasn't there.
Yeah, but I think it was the second season of that show. They had a writer's strike going on, and you can tell that it was not where it should have been.
Well, when is there not a writer's strike these days?
Well, and Hollywood's going away. They are going away.
At a minimum, they're going to minimize.
Well, you know, Paramount's actually talking about moving out of California.
They've already moved to Texas.
Good.
They're moving other places too. Batty was talking about there's a studio where he lives, or near where he lives, and they're expanding. Mm-hmm. So Hollywood is being dissolved as we speak. Yeah. And, they're going to be studios. There's already one in Canada. That's where they shot Stargate. Of course, you guys probably already knew that.
No, that's where they shot most of Stargate. There were other locations that they used for certain episodes and certain scenes in the movie.
Sure.
But honestly, Canada is where a lot of TV...
I would agree. They're not going away, but they are going to become non sequitur.
They're almost going to become irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean by non sequitur. Who the fuck cares?
And what I'm hoping is that when they manage to dissolve outward, that a lot of the woke bullshit gets minimized. It's not going to go completely bye-bye, but I really hope that it isn't quite as in your face.
Did you guys see the report that Kristen Stewart wants to reboot the Twilight series?
Oh,
no. And her character is going to come out as gay. And
still no.
Well, no, this is the fucking funny part. Somebody came back with, well, no, we just want an actress that can act.
Well, then, okay. Let's find somebody else. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yo, you can reboot it all you want, but we want an actress that can actually act because she was just. Ugh.
Look, all she was just some face. She was a pretty face, and she couldn't act.
Isn't even
That's
pretty.
Yeah,
Look,
Tommy, she was barely cute.
She was attractive. She wasn't beautiful. She wasn't stunning, but she was cute.
She wasn't that fucking hose beast from freaking the Last of Us. What the fuck was that? Why did you put a goddamn mongoloid in the lead role? Yeah, I said it.
Tommy,
it's ma'am. Dude, that was a chick, and she was retarded.
So
I've never watched it.
Here's my biggest.
She was retarded in Game of Thrones. She's retarded now.
Oh yeah, they're all retarded.
Here's my biggest gripe when it comes to Hollywood in general at this point. It doesn't matter what the show is. It doesn't matter what the movie is. They're always trying to push some fucking political agenda down your throats. And I'm sick of it. Just give me a good popcorn flick.
Everybody is sick of it, except Hollyweird.
And that's why they're going
financially. Well, they're not being financially punished enough.
No. Not yet.
No, they have been. They're just they're like I said, man. They're slowly dying, and they know that they've been knowing this for a while. I don't know if you guys have ever watched how movies make money, but you've always seen like some of the quote unquote bombs that they always brag about, and what you may not know is that they still make money off those.
Oh fuck yeah!
Well, I will say this much: there is one movie that's coming out later this year that I am cautiously optimistic for. Do you guys remember a few years ago they made Santa Claus into an action hero in the movie Violent Night?
Yes.
Never watched it.
Great movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Never watched it.
Fucking awesome.
Number 2 is getting released later this year.
Yes.
And Mrs. Claus is going to be in it.
Oh, we're going to have a Valkyrie.
She's hot. Even by my standards, she is smoking hot.
Well, we know all you want is
who is it?
I don't remember the actress's name. I've seen the trailer once on YouTube.
Give me the name of the trailer.
Violent Night 2. It's really simple. It's really fucking simple. And Doc, let me put it this way. If you enjoyed the 80s Lethal Weapon, you'll like Violent Night.
Violent Night is awesome. That's a great movie.
Tommy, am I wrong in saying that it has all the DNA from those 80s action flicks that you and I grew up with?
I think it's better, honestly, because
I said it has
all the bullshit.
I said it has the DNA.
Yes, definitely. No, I think it loses all the bullshit baggage that you had from the 80s and the 90s.
Maggie Nicole Robertson? Is that who you're talking about?
I don't know the actress's name. I'd have to watch the freaking trailer.
Pull up a picture of her and present it.
Boom. I am BD'd. I know that's not a word, but whatever. I am BD'd it. This one?
Well, okay, you're going to have to bring her up as the character, because honestly, a lot of these actors and actresses do a lot of makeup, a lot of hair dye.
Well, she's pretty.
Get that little plus 24 on the side. Go up. No, go back.
Oh, God, no, not Kristen Bell.
Go down to where it says photos. Click the all photos. Or correction, you see where they? No, I don't think that's the right pick either. I'm gonna end up having to hunt this down myself to do this.
Yep, it's
well. What I'm seeing is already good.
All right. Any of those?
No, keep going. Keep
That's
going.
IMDb. IMDb is shit.
Yeah, they've got a bad interface. Keep going. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going.
Come on.
Oh no, it was called Violent Night, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's already recycled. We've
Okay.
already went through them.
Yep.
All right, never mind.
Well,
If you go to Rumble, I'm gonna say try to find the damn. You know, are you gonna go to Rumble tonight, or is this gonna
Patty
be
needs a
YouTube
link.
only?
Hang on a second.
Betty's asking for the link.
Tommy,
Yeah.
Tommy, are you gonna
Oh.
be going? Are you gonna be going to Rumble tonight, or are you staying on YouTube?
Oh no, this is all YouTube. I don't do Rumble.
Do you want me to try hunting down the trailer and sending you the link? Actually, he's already got the trailer up for it.
There you go. Do it.
On Christmas, I deliver presents to nice little boys and girls. If you're naughty, I deliver something else. Justice.
Full screen that.
But now, I'm on the naughty list.
I forgot the meaning of Christmas? What does that even mean? I don't want to alarm anybody. There may not be another Christmas ever again.
Why not?
Santa got put on the naughty list.
What'd he do?
Maybe I killed too many people. I don't know. I lost my powers. How am I supposed to find the meaning of Christmas in a place like this?
What do you need? Little nose candy?
Get out of here!
Last Christmas. Mason, he owns this town and the cops. We need you.
Kill Santa Claus. I know this will help us.
But the very next day, you give it away.
It's time to save Christmas and get off the naughty list.
I'm trying to avoid violence.
Oh.
Yo, is it me or does
No, that guy smells amazing.
That's fucked up humor.
I love it.
I got reinforcements coming.
Oh shit.
It is Kristen.
Oh,
It's
it's
Kristen Bell.
Kristen. Ah, fuck.
No, fuck. Oh well. That's what you get for a blink and you miss it image.
It could
Yeah.
be worse.
It's just like
Okay,
Thor.
go ahead and finish the trailer because there's a couple other sequences on here that I'm sure Tommy will enjoy.
He's taken.
That's my wife! You're in trouble now!
Santa is real.
Damn right I am. Any last
Make
words?
it air support this
Make
time.
my sway.
I like that.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Air support.
Actually, I'd watch
Hey.
it. I will watch it. Fuck yeah. The Violent Night, the first one is awesome.
Oh,
That's
hell
all I
yeah.
gotta say.
Hell yeah! I saw that trailer in theaters, and I was like, okay, that's made my short list for the remainder of the year.
Mm. Link is German for left.
And jump the shark. Yeah, I would agree. All right, I gotta go grab a beer. I'm on wire, so I gotta take the headphones off.
All right.
Well, I heard you guys talk about Hollywood earlier. It's not going away. It's just moving to the East Coast.
Well, what they're probably trying to do is avoid Gavin Newsom's overpricing of everything.
Oh, sure. I mean, Apple has already moved a significant portion of everything to Raleigh, North Carolina. So they have all the admin and whatever. You got IBM's already moved a significant portion to Raleigh, North Carolina. So all these fucktard liberals are all moving out here to this conservative state, and they're going to turn it purple, then it's going to turn blue, and everything's already getting more expensive. My My property tax has already gone up. It went up $400 from last year, and the year before that, yeah, it was. It's in less than 5 years, it's already gone up $1,000 for just property tax.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
What?
And
You're old, dude.
And like Dak was saying, I forgot the name. It's 20. I think it's 25th Street Studio in Wilmington, North Carolina. Yeah, they built 5 new sound stages and a. They already had one water stage, and they built a second one. And now, when I was doing One Tree Hill, they only had one casting place out there because that's all they needed because it was really slow. They have 5 casting agencies now, and they're all competing really hard, trying to accumulate talent. So that shit ain't dead, man. I mean, there's been some really cool movies made over here in North Carolina. We got a lot of varied terrain. Some Iron Man was shot here. Let's see, they shot
Commando, or no, it was one of the Arnold movies you showed. I couldn't remember. It wasn't Commando. It was Raw Deal. That's what it was.
Raw Deal, yeah.
All I know is the last really good movie I saw, and last one I recommend without any kind of caveats, wasn't even produced by a main Hollywood studio, and that was the Backrooms movie that came out earlier this year.
Sure. Now, just because they're moving out east doesn't mean the movies are going to get any better. It's all the same people. They're all the same people.
Yeah.
So that means all the beach property that I was eyeballing once upon a time based on certain investments. When all these Hollywood people start moving, hell, Alec Baldwin used to live north of Wilmington back in 2000. Now, you say what you want about Alec Baldwin. The one good thing I will say about him, I think it was 2000, 2001. I can't remember. Anyways, there was a bad storm, and the Coast Guard, some guy was out on a boat. I forgot what size boat. Doesn't matter. And he called in a Mayday, and the Coast Guard said, "Nah, it's too bad." Alec Baldwin took his own personal watercraft out and saved that person.
I'm not saying that Alec Baldwin is anything other than a dick.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get anybody to like him, but I'm just surprised that. And this one, he's married to Kim Basinger. He's probably sitting there thinking, "I'm going to show this bitch some big dick energy."
Right.
or he was trying to commit suicide and failed and actually saved somebody. I don't know.
Right.
Well, given the fact that it's Alec Baldwin, both options are entirely plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've been checking Zillow. So Wilmington was a really nice beach community because you had the beach on one side and you had the river on the other side. So the Cape Fear River come into the estuary, and you had that big, long front street, and you got the battleship across the street, and you got all these bars, and it used to be great. You used to have all these outdoor bands. Then they started building condos. Then the noise ordinances came in.
Fucking ruined it.
You gotta be quiet when you walk around. So
fuck you. I'd be loud as fuck.
Yeah, and so when I went there, was it going on 2 years now to that Comic-Con down there? They built even more condos and a shitload of high-rise parking decks right there on the water. I was like, the sun disappeared. I'm like, fuck, man, this is worse than New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And other locals, I was talking to some of the locals. When you're walking on the boardwalk, like this. They said this sucks. They moved there like 10 years ago, and they said it's just turned to shit ever since. Mm-hmm. So the charm of that town getting destroyed. And they built like 4 or 7 more marinas along the water, which is great if you got a boat and you want to pay a shitload of money to park it. But
right.
So, are you trying to say that place is getting libtardified?
It's gentrified.
It's now it's already. I don't know how crude I want to be about this, but
do it.
It is now Raleigh is one of the biggest places for the homosexuals to hang out at, and Wilmington is a big place for. They do have a lot of gay bars down there.
Sure.
Because you walk in, and they don't tell you when you walk in, hey, this is the Blue Oyster. No, you walk in and it's a piano bar.
Right.
And you're looking around, you're like, all right, a piano, looks classy. Everybody's wearing nice clothes. You think it's just a regular wine bar, and you're like, wait a minute, there's no women here. Nope, I'm out.
Yeah, you run into that up here in Washington all the time. And you know
and
what I do?
What's that?
I go in there and I fuck with them.
I don't.
I do. And I
Now-
don't fuck with them in a nice way, like take them out back in the alley and fuck them in the ass. No, I fuck with them hardcore. I don't give a shit.
Tommy, you are live, buddy. I don't know if I'd be saying that even as a joke.
Dude, I'm telling you the god awful truth.
Well, you got the awful part of it, right?
Well, the way I see it, if I walk into, like I said, they're not labeled. So if you walk into a place, you're like, not for me. I just see they're all squirrels trying to get a nut, and I'm not going to bother them. I'm just going to turn around.
Well, and here's the thing, too, guys. I grew up in an age when the gay was rising, if you will.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately,
I know the period you're talking about.
Worked in restaurants where there was a lot of gay going on, and I learned how to deal with these people. I have no problem with them as long as they don't get fucking militant with me. The ones that get militant are not gay. They're fucking activists.
Yeah.
Because most of the gay people that I know have absolutely no problem with me, and we interact very well. I've got an engineer.
Do you guys like
work.
Barry Corbin?
Huh?
Do you guys like Barry Corbin?
I don't
Corbin's
know.
funny. Corbin
I don't
is
know
funny.
who it is.
He played the general in that one movie, War Games.
Oh, yeah, I do know who you're talking about.
I'd piss on a spark plug if I knew it helped. You know, that guy. Yeah, he was in Command and Conquer. He did. So when I did the One Tree Hill thing, Barry Corbin, he played the coach on the TV show. And so when I went to the casting office because I was working in Elizabethtown at the time, and one of the guys I was working with, he did a lot of extra and other film work in when Wilmington was really busy back in the 80s and early 90s. And he kept bugging me. He's like, you should go to the casting office. And I was like, dude, I lived in Wilmington for years. I never gave two shits about being in a movie. I don't care. And anyways, he kept bugging me, and I was like, all right, I'll go Saturday if you just shut the fuck up. So I go down there. I go to the casting office. They get a couple Polaroids. Showed my dick. Then I fill out no, I'm
casting couch, man. Casting couch.
So I was like, fuck it. I'm in Wilmington. I'm gonna go treat myself and go to one of they got some really nice, unique coffee shops down there. You just pick any one of them. It smells amazing. So I'm standing there, and there's a little midget. Now, I think me and Dak looked it up. He's supposed to be my height. There's no fucking way. Because there's a midget standing in front of me with a cowboy hat and cowboy boots and leather vest on. I was like, interesting get up. And the guy, when you're standing in line, you kind of turn around from time to time. Anyways, he turned around. And I was like, I probably said it too loud. I was like, Barry Corbin? He goes, yeah. I was like, nothing, man. Just big fan. Sorry. I didn't mean to bother you. So anyways, that's not the good part of it. So I think it was a few months later because I did extra on that show more than once. And this is woman I was dating. So we went to a wine bar. And you can, wine bars are not gay places. That's where everybody goes. And so me and my girl were sitting up against the back wall there. And I look across and I see a cowboy hat, and I'm like, no fucking way. It was dark too, So it's one of those places where you can still smoke back then. And I said, I told my girl, I said, I'm going to go get us another drink. So I go to the bar and I look right across, and I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking Barry Corbin. And he looked at me. He's like, oh shit, it's that motherfucker from the coffee. I mean, he had that look on his face, like, oh shit, him. And I just looked at him, gave him a little head nod, and he's like, meh. And I didn't bother him, but some young woman was hitting on him. At the end of the night, he was walking down the street with her, and I was like, "Oh man, you go, you old motherfucker, yeah!"
Rose on his nose.
Put up the one I just shared in private. We got to have some freaking palate cleansing.
Cat went full demon mode.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Sean.
The hell?
Come on, Sean.
I
He
don't
might
think
have
Sean's
stepped
there.
away.
He's out. He's out to lunch right at the moment. We'll get it later. Anyway.
They made Black Knight down there when I was there. Martin Lawrence. I don't know if you guys remember Martin Lawrence.
Oh, I remember him from the show Martin
He was in Bad Boys with Will
and Bad
Smith.
Boys. Yep.
He was in a lot of different movies. Some were good, some were not.
Hit and miss. Yeah.
But
Here you
what
go.
what I'm saying is the guy is such an asshole.
You got Perfect Precious Snuggle Baby. And then you got Demon from Hell.
The guy is such an asshole. So when he was down there for Black Knight, they told all the extras, because some of the guys from the Firehouse went down there to be extras, and they said, do not talk to Martin Lawrence. Do not look at him. Do not approach him. Do not bother him. I'm like, what a dick. John Travolta was making domestic violence about that same time. And he would stop for anybody and just shake your hands and say, hey, how you doing? I mean, he's super nice.
Oh, Travolta's always been one of those guys that was approachable.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I didn't see him. Everybody was on the look for him. And, some of the businesses had signs that said, John Travolta, welcome, because they made a big deal about him coming to Wilmington for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody who'd met him said he's a fucking super cool cat, man.
Yeah, dude, he's a good dude.
Well, look at
I've heard actually Tom Cruise is a pretty good dude.
That's cool, man.
I've always heard Mel Gibson's a stand-up guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. As long as you approach him with respect, no problems.
And not you.
Yeah, you got to remember a lot of these actors. When people come up on them, they don't know who the hell they are.
No,
especially like when I met Barry Corbin, I think back and I'm like, I'm a big man compared to him.
Right.
But anyways, Hurricane Katrina. I remember you had that one singer. I can't remember his stupid fucking name. He's walking around Bourbon Street. I'm just a singer. I don't know what to do. I'm like, you jackass. John Travolta just flew in his own private, 727 loaded with food and water. And
but he's got a 757.
Well, at the time he had the
oh yeah, the 727, the smaller one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then you had Sean Penn, going around with a shotgun for photo opportunities.
Fuck Sean Penn. That guy can choke a dick.
He probably does.
God, I hate that guy.
That's why he went to go met Zelensky so he can suck on it.
Yeah, he's a socialist. He's a socialist pile of crap, man.
He's a piece of shit.
I don't remember which actor it was specifically, but I want to say it was the lead actor for Band of Brothers. Back in 2005, 2006, was at Normandy for one of the big anniversaries. And apparently he was an absolute douchebag to most of the soldiers that were present there.
The redheaded guy?
It was the big headliner for, like I said, I think it was Band of Brothers, or maybe it was Saving Private Ryan. I don't remember which one. I just know.
Well, they were connected, so.
I just know that a buddy of mine who was there actually met the guy and was like, that person was such an ass. I would not recommend going anywhere near him.
I'd rather talk to an old veteran than one of these freaking actors. If I was part of that, not recreation, but the anniversary jump they do in D-Day in Normandy, because all the guys, I'm next to Fort Bragg. So a lot of these guys get picked to go over there, and they say those people, they treat them. If you're walking around in uniform, you got 82nd on your shoulder, you ain't paying for shit. Free food, free beer. You want a nap, son? You tired? Here. I mean,
there are three, and I can speak to the Army units that I dealt with. There are 3 Army units that over in Europe at that point in time, the locals absolutely love you. 1st Infantry Division, 1st Armored Division, and 82nd Airborne.
100 Worse has got a little bit of love.
They do, but they also have a reputation for being absolute d-bags.
Yes, they do.
And having been in 10 Worst and 1st Infantry, I would take the 1st Infantry any day of the year.
Eddie Second's got the best marketing. They got a good rep.
I was stationed in Fort Campbell for 2 years, and I was in a chemical unit assigned to the 101st. They literally stuck us in the worst barracks on the entire godforsaken post, out in the middle of nowhere, where we were so far from everything that barrack soldiers were actually on separate rats for about a year and a half until I built a new DFAC.
What kind of barracks were they? The old World War II ones, the wooden ones?
I think these actually predated those.
So you had open shitters, no doors on them.
The building that my unit got moved into should have been condemned by any rational standard.
This is typical Army.
Now, when that, like I said, that was dealing with the 101st on Campbell. I went to Fort Riley after that. 1st Infantry Division, they didn't give a flying fart if you were combat arms, support, or if you were just the chode that was making sure that the chow hall worked properly. They treated you the same way they treated all of their trigger pullers. You were just as gold as the trigger puller was.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing bad to say about the 1st Infantry. The 101st, though, I have nothing good to say about.
Well, like I said, the 100 and Worst is an earned name.
I'm well aware, and there's a reason I call them the choking chickens. Batty, I don't know if you know this. I was chemical warfare for a majority of my career.
Oh, cool.
And
no, not really. Those are the most hated people you will ever meet.
We are very much maligned. Some of it for good reason, some of it not. I will be the first to admit we have a reputation, and there are members of my MOS field that earned that reputation.
Fucking dicks.
Oh, sure. Everybody loves it when you've been out in the field for 2 or 3 weeks and you're all dirty and nasty. And yeah, you guys come out. Now it's time to wash all the trucks and dip all your...
No. Now it's time to put on the rubber suit.
Okay, Batty, let me put it to you this way. When a chemical unit goes out to the field, it's one of 3 things that's happening. You're either setting up the decontamination line where the soldier has to get into MOP 4, hose down their vehicles, then get themselves hosed down.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Or they are going out there to lay smoke or recon the area to make sure that you're not driving into or walking into chemical contamination. And then they go through their decon and go do their thing while the infantry grunts are still out there pretending to do bang bang stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're, in the case of the lucky ones who actually get to do the offensive part of the job, they're the ones who are going out there and putting the smoke pots to simulate you driving into a chemical minefield.
Mm-hmm.
Guess which one I was never part of?
The minefield.
Yep. However, I did get a chance to run many, many CS chambers over the years.
Yeah, well, we did. I was in the Air Force. We had something similar, but...
Did you ever watch Babylon 5, Batty?
Babylon 5?
Yes.
A few of them.
Do you remember the character Michael Garibaldi?
Oh, yeah, everybody knows him.
Okay. He said this one line, and it stuck with me, and it's more or less the way I treated every time I did chemical training. Out there, I'm running things fast and loose to get the job done. In here, everything is by the book. When I would give classes, I would throw bits of humor at soldiers to make them actually break the OODA loop and chuckle so that things would actually stick.
Oh, so you did something that no officer can do. Actually say something witty.
when we would be doing mission prep, whether it was for training or going into the CDTF, dead serious. All the joking went completely out the airlock. It was mission only. Just the facts, just the details. And I was telling people, you need to write this down and pay attention. I had a light colonel partnered with a Spec 4 for a training exercise that they needed to completely seal their suits and go into an area and then come out. Well, the colonel did not check his partner's suit seals. They walk into the area that is contaminated. I grab the partner by the shoulder and go, drop, you're dead. The colonel's like, why'd you kill him? I'm like, you killed him, sir. You didn't check his seals. Before you leave to go to your barracks tonight, you will write his parents a letter.
Yeah.
Officers don't like being told what to do, especially that.
Guess who never failed to check a seal again when he was still in my unit?
Good.
When you're in God mode, isn't it great?
Nope,
that's just it.
No, it isn't.
I use that incredibly sparingly. I would only do that when I needed to prove a point to somebody.
Sure. No, I get it. I remember this one. So a shitload of us we're in the auditorium. We're getting a speech by a colonel, and the only thing I remember is the stupidest fucking thing he ever said. And amazingly, 40 years later, I still remember it. He said, when the alarm goes off, you drop your camis and put on your camis. And he paused. And he paused because he actually thought we were all going to chuckle and laugh and shit. Well, crickets. You can hear the fucking crickets, man. And I guarantee you that guy practiced in his living room or kitchen, whatever, in front of his wife, and the wife's like, "Oh, honey, you're so brilliant," and everybody just, if we could, somebody would have said, "You suck," but you want to get it over with and done. And that guy I never heard another speech from that guy ever again.
Well, one of the things I did to the hospital unit that I went back to when I returned to the reserves, when I had to do a master class of chemical responses, I told them right off the top, the last class I'm going to give you people is going to cause more arguments among the folks in here than any other subject when it comes to this. I'm not going to tell you what the right answer is. You have to figure it out based on the unit doctrine. The last class was unmasking procedures.
You're talking about the doffing process?
No, I'm talking about what's called unmasking procedures. There is something you do before the unit actually removes all of the gear.
Right.
Sean, do you remember what the Army tells soldiers to do for unmasking? What's the rule?
I don't really remember.
Is this where you point your gun at the lowest ranking guy and say, "You go out there and take that mask off, boy, and do a sniff test"?
No. you have it partially correct, but that is not the. That is not.
I was thinking you had to get the all clear, all clear, all clear.
Well, no, that's part of it actually. But let's say hypothetically you're in a base camp that has been hit by a chemical weapon. Your soldiers are hearing all clear. They're all ready to get their shit or get that shit off so they can wash their faces and actually drink something that isn't coming through a rubber tube. Well, you as the first sergeant have to do unmasking procedures. The only guidance that the Army really had for the years I was doing that job actively, lowest ranking and least mission essential.
Yep.
Now,
close. Yeah.
Now, here's where things get argumentative. If you're in an infantry company, who's the lowest ranking and least mission essential?
Privates.
Specific.
Nope.
specific. Who is the lowest ranking, least mission essential?
Supply.
Like I said, this causes more arguments than anything else. But, Tommy, let me ask you another question. In that infantry unit, what's their primary mission?
Fucking shoot shit.
Okay. So, are your infantry mission essential?
Yes.
Are your supply mission essential?
To supply the infantry, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so lowest ranking, least mission essential.
Personnel men.
As
Officers.
The training NCO?
I'm not going to agree to that one because I was a training NCO, but you might not be wrong. The thing is, you might not be wrong, Sean. Now, we're going to flip this around a bit. Hospital unit. Lowest ranking, least mission essential.
Well,
you see why this causes arguments with every unit out there?
Yeah.
Because everybody...
Corpsmen are already fucking cannon fodder because they're unarmed usually, and they're out in the middle of it.
Yeah, but they're also the ones that are going to keep your trigger point.
Right. They're the critical point you need to have so you protect them at your... that's the most important thing you've got. Now, a corpsman in the civilian world, I just want to beat the fuck out of them.
Oh, yeah, most of them.
Because they think they're God.
But, again, this, like I said, this is something that causes more arguments in training exercises for the chemical field than any other tasking. Because you can go to a communications unit and the lowest ranking, least mission essential person might actually be the first sergeant.
Right.
Well, I was going to think a platoon leader or an XO.
Generally speaking,
you can live without either. Senior
generally
NCOs
speaking, you're not wrong. But also, generally speaking, they don't like having officers put in that kind of position.
They won't.
I'll tell you what the real world solution is. The motherfucker everybody don't like. That's who they point the gun at and say, take your mask off, do a sniff test.
Well, the thing is,
this guy can't wash his ass. Get rid of him.
Well, here's the thing, Batty. They won't point the gun at the person. What will happen is actually a little bit more brutal for the way certain things operate.
Your experience may vary.
Well, hang on. Here's what they actually will do in a lot of units, and it is kind of brutal and really demoralizing if it doesn't work. They will literally call the volunteer up in front of the formation, ask him to relieve him, or ask him to be relieved of his rifle, and then told to remove his mask in front of the formation.
Yep. All right. The scenario I gave is when the pressure is on and it's for realsies, you're going to find out how much everybody fucking likes you real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
they will take
how much they don't like you.
Right. If the sergeant don't like you and the rest of the men won't miss you, your ass is you're relieved of your weapon. You're walking out and sniff that.
Oh, no, yep. Again, you notice I'm not arguing with you or disagreeing with you, and
you're
giving
the official textbook version of it. I'm giving you the shit I've seen when the shit really, comes.
I'm also giving you what I've also seen and observed. And when I would do these training exercises, I wouldn't just do this is how you put your mask on, this is how you take your mask off, this is how much time you have to do this, this is how you do it properly. I would literally run them through the entire process. And just because I needed to make sure people understood how serious it was, I included unmasking procedures in every one of these classes that I did. You would not believe the number of people who had oh shit looks whenever you would do that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when I was in, the wall was still up with Russia, and that was part of our SOP training. Heavy, NBC training. Because, because the mission we had, the whole thing was expendable, and there's 3 ways they're going to take us out. They're going to hit us with a nuke. They're going to hit us with chemicals, or they're going to send asbestos and try and do whatever they can to stop us from initiating a launch.
Just out of curiosity, Betty, were you in the gap? The Fulda Gap?
Folding Gap? I don't know what that is.
Were you in the Fulda Gap?
I don't know what that is.
That was one of the valleys in Germany that was seen as a choke point. That was
No, I was in England. No, I was in England.
Yeah, my father
was Air Force. He was protected.
My father was my father was stationed in Germany for a few years. Brought me and my mom over. And that was actually about the time my sister was born.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a Pershing missile unit that was assigned to provide long-range support for the Fulda Gap. His entire unit knew that they were little more than just a speed bump if the Ruskies were coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Slow them down. That was the best you could do.
And 10 years prior to my father being part of that unit, they actually had access to the Davy Crockett's.
Nice.
Not really.
So had he been there 5 years prior, my father could have been one of the individuals that could have started World War III by accident.
Yeah. So what I did in the Air Force was I was a security policeman. Well, the security forces now. We had a field deployable mission with truck launched rockets.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's all been declassified and everything, so I can't talk. I mean, I can talk about most of it. So basically, what we do is we just ran around and just changed positions. Bug out constantly, so nobody get a fixed position on us. And we had to have the help of the British police and the SAS and some other element, because apparently England's just so full of communists and sleeper units and Spetsnaz. Some real James Bond shit going on from time to time. Not exciting like in the movies. Trust me, it's really boring like Tinker Tailor's Sailor movie.
Right.
And yeah, we were protected. I'm not going to bullshit nobody, man. I mean, when I was in England, I'm like, we're going to be one of the last. But we had so many resources in England. So if Germany was to get steamrolled, there's a lot of fighters, bombers, and others that can deploy resources to help Germany and retreat back to England as a safe spot. But Russia, because they had damn near the same capability, they could have struck any one of us and took us out.
Just out of curiosity, what years were you over there?
88 to 90. Yeah.
You were in England approximately 4 years after my family got pulled back to the States. My sister was born in 85.
Oh, okay, cool.
And we came back stateside probably within 6 months of her being born.
Yeah, I came back stateside probably about 6 months right after the wall came down. And I was like, and I was so young and stupid. I'm like, well, they were paying people for early outs, and plus I had marital problems, and I didn't re-enlist. And they were paying people to, get out of your contract early, but there were downsides.
The Clinton era?
No, this is
This would have been Bush Senior.
Bush Senior, yeah, he did it too. He did drawdown.
Oh, okay.
So for the last 6 months, I watched C-Force come in and load up resources to be taken to Arizona to be chopped up in front of satellites and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Very boring time, but great. I mean, in the Air Force, man, it was so sweet and fuck off time. I mean, we only did PT once a year, so that tells you a lot.
Daddy, my grandfather was also Air Force in the Korean conflict, and one of the things he told me, and this held true when I was a medic, was you want to be bored when you're either medical or security, because if you're excited, that means somebody up.
Shit hit the fan.
Trust me. Now, I was a volunteer fireman when 9/11 popped off.
Oof.
And I love all of our nation's firemen, of course, but some of them are a little too anxious to want to go inside burning buildings. And I have the same attitude you do. If somebody, somebody's going to lose a house or a life, and I've seen dead crispy critters inside the house. I ain't talking about pets.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, well, one was a ship fire. It was a 600 or 700 foot cargo ship, and it was loaded with everything from 9mm to Patriot missiles. And the engine room caught on fire. And they did a mass deployment of I think 3 counties, and I was the second rotation in, and we didn't go up the big walkway, not the big plank. They had an engine, so we entered straight through the engine. There's a door. Well, apparently, I never knew they were there, but they're there. Anyways, we had to crawl across, a wooden plank on our hands and knees because you couldn't walk on it. That thin. And there were two guys who were within 6 feet of the door, and they were taken out by smoking a late. They were all, anyways, yeah, burnt barbecue, man.
Yeah. Hey, Batty, I started out in the medical corps, and Tommy and Sean can tell you some of the horror stories that I've shared.
We're not gonna.
All I'm gonna say is I've only shared the mild stories because if I went full on, you guys would not welcome me back.
Oh, I'd be okay with it because, yeah, I've seen things, man.
Yeah,
I've seen more as a civilian than I ever did in the military, which is, you
get
expect
to
it
spend
military.
more time as a civilian than you ever will as a serviceman.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, in the military, you're trained to expect casualty because it's a dangerous business. But when you're a civilian, just crossing the street can be dead. Hell, I remember I was a security guard and I was posted at a strip bar one night. Me and this other guy are in the parking lot, make sure no one fucks with the cars or the strippers. And as soon as I turn around, I hear this horrible fucking crash of metal and a guy was flying in the air. He was trying to cross the road. And the guy just got back from Iraq. It's his 25th or 26th birthday. And the guy driving was also a GI who just come back from Iraq or Afghanistan. And
Drunk
he was
as fuck, probably.
Drunk as fuck. And that was the second DUI. And he killed one of his fellow soldiers there. And when you hear about people coming out of their shoes, it's true. Their shoes.
Yeah, it happens.
Let's not say any more on this particular story, please.
All right.
Yeah, it hits close home, though, Mando.
Oh, okay. But as far as being a civilian, I've seen where, like an old lady, she forgot to put her car in park, whatever. She gets out and her car started rolling back and crushed her leg.
Oof.
So
those are bad ones.
Yeah. So, and there's some hideous shit I'm not even going to go into because it has fucked me up. And if I even start talking about it, you guys will be like, oh man, I need fucking therapy. But,
hey, Patty,
this is our therapy.
Patty, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of context for why I asked us to stay away from that first story. Thanksgiving night, 2001, I actually had a woman say yes to marriage. We were walking back onto Fort Sam Houston together, and she was taken out by a drunk driver right next to me.
Oh God.
Yeah, that I get it. You meant nothing by that, but that's one topic that I cannot. It gets me riled, to put it politely.
Understandable.
Oh sure, Amanda. Look, we'll sidestep that one. It's not a biggie.
Yeah, and I can. These guys can tell you I can talk about damn near everything else under the sun. that particular topic, no bueno.
Sure. Yeah. But just being now when I say I was a volunteer fireman for 4 years when I lived in Wilmington, and just being a volunteer fireman, and I was also an EMT, so I got this is before they started forcing everybody to be both. Man, just heart attacks, car accidents, just and most of the house fires are set by stupid. It's always women got to have those goddamn scented candles for ambiance, and they leave them burning when they go shopping.
Yeah.
Or go to bed.
Yeah. And most of those houses down there at the beach were built back, starting in the 40s through the 60s, and they all had asbestos roofs, which means the fire didn't burn a hole, which meant all the heat just kept getting pushed down.
Yep.
And I can't tell you how many times, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm standing on the second story of, which is not going to be a house in about 15 minutes, and the wall falls down, and I see all the neighbors staring at me. I'm like, oh wow, I got an audience, but I look cool. Macho man.
Okay, Daddy, I'm going to go ahead and ask you something that's going to open a rabbit hole, and I'm sure the others are going to regret this question. What is the weirdest / funniest situation you came across as an EMT firefighter?
All right, here we go. I let my EMT slip, and I went back and took the class after a year after I let my cert die. and we had to do rotations on the ambulance and in the hospital. So I got to sit in the back of the ambulance, and we show up where some guy with a, for lack of a better word, he's basically retarded. And the guy had a habit in the history I found out. He likes to take paper clips and straighten them out and stick them right in his pee hole so deep he can't get them out.
God. I'm going to go pee now. I don't need to hear the rest of this.
He engaged in sounding.
Say again?
He engaged in sounding.
I've heard it called that as well.
The man was about 30-something years old, and I guess his parents were getting old because he's not what you call, free range autistic retarded. He had to be supervised, and he would sneak away, and he'd find a paperclip somewhere, and he'd stick it in his dick hole, and then he'd call the ambulance. And apparently that was like the 10th time he's done it because the people I was doing my rotation with knew his history.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, by that time, seeing, people's body parts is, I'm no stranger to it. I've seen every bit of a person's, seen it, touched it, did something to it, so I'm not, you're not shy about stuff when you're like, all right, let's see it. And you're like, oh, and you try not to go, oh my God, you don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah, because an unruly patient is, that makes for a bad night or a bad
When you
run.
see blood coming out of somebody's dick hole, man, you're like, oh, that's not good.
Is this bad?
I started my Army career as a OR tech.
Oh, nice. Not bad.
My
like that kind of thing.
My first surgery with a forward surgical team I was assigned to in Germany was supposed to be an emergency cesarean section. Now, I'm going to be paring down a lot of this because I don't want to violate anyone's privacy.
Just don't mention her name.
Well, specifically the NCO who was proctoring me to make sure that I was actually up to the snuff they needed in the forward surgical team. Okay, for context, an Army forward surgical team only has 20 people, officers and enlisted. That's it. So everybody needs to know their job forward, backward, inside and out, whole 9 yards. Well, we have this patient coming in who's supposed to be a young woman needing an emergency cesarean section. What we get instead is a 60-something-year-old local national in Germany who has a prolapsed rectum.
Oh.
That's buzzing. That is buzzing. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Wait a minute. How much was hanging out?
About 6 inches.
It was a peak sock.
Oh,
Well,
that's terrible.
About 5 minutes later, the husband arrives with a brochure telling people, or to tell the folks in the OR, this is what's in her. Now, Batty, I'm sure you know this, but the rectum has 2 sphincters. You go past the second one, and it's a vacuum, and it'll suck up whatever is going the wrong way.
Oh, that would explain a lot. For
this lady was using a battery-operated boyfriend that did not have a safety knob at the bottom. It went past the first sphincter, no problem. And went past the second one. She woke her husband up yelling, "Get it out, get it out." Hence why 6 inches of her exhaust port was slipping out of where it was supposed to be.
Now, I do have some anal trauma stories.
You want to admit to that?
No, not mine.
This is where this story actually gets funny. The corporal that was my squad leader and my proctor, as soon as the doc gets the foreign object removed and is fumbling to try to get a grip on the buzzing cylindrical object, my squad leader literally reaches over without even looking at the thing, grabs it, pulls it over, twists the cap, and drops it into the kidney basin without looking at the damn thing.
Gay.
He's seen
Not gay at all. That's how you do it.
That was literally how he got his nickname of B Gay.
Oh.
Well.
Don and Tommy have heard the full version of this story before, so they know the rest of the context for that corporal's name.
Well, okay, here's the anal trauma thing. So I was working at this orthopedic hospital down there in Wilmington. I worked the weekend shift. And I was in the break room because I was hanging out in the ER a lot. And so, when you first walk into the emergency room, you get that person you go talk to. Hi, I have this problem. That person. So, anyways, that guy, he come to the break room. And I was like, hey, man. I started looking around. Got to make extra sure because this is when sexual harassment stuff was becoming, this is back in 99.
Okay, so back when it was first kicking off.
Yeah.
The Me Too bullshit. Yeah.
So I'm looking around real hard and cautious. I'm like, hey, man, what's the wildest shit you ever saw come in here? And he looked like he wasn't going to answer me, and he just kind of dropped his head like he's thinking. He looked around, opened the door, looked outside, made sure no one's fucking, anywhere close to it. And he goes, all right, just last week, this guy come in. And for some reason, him and his boyfriend poured quick dry cement inside of his anus.
What? That's Mengele shit.
Oh, wow.
They were trying to make a mold for some reason.
Oh.
And I said, oh, man. I said, that's horrible and juicy. Give me another one. He says, for some reason, women like sticking light bulbs inside them.
Yes, they do.
And there was a chick who was fucking her dog, and the dog dick wouldn't go down. So they had to wait till, the dog's erection went away.
Right. That takes hours.
And I said, okay, that's good enough. Thanks. Oh, the shit people do, man. I mean, I don't want to say one of the funniest ones. Car pulls up in the ER, and a kid had 2x4 nailed to his foot because they had the nail gun with the big nails, the
industrial sized ones.
Yeah, like about the 4-inch nails. You're putting up like a privacy
big 16 pennies. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could tell the dad cut the wood as short as he could. And I was like, oh man, that looks like that sucks. Oh, but my favorite was hanging out in now where I started out at after I took my first EMT class. One of the girls in the class said he what they called it? Oh, volunteered with the Red Cross at Fort Bragg at Walmack Army Hospital.
Oh, that's a bad place to volunteer.
No, that was before 9/11. This one, most of your Army posts were, wide fucking open. So, I drive right out there. I go straight to the Red Cross and said, hey, I want to volunteer in the hospital. I said, okay. So for the first 2 weeks, because apparently everybody wants to volunteer, but nobody wants to work. So all the doctors and nurses fucked with me. And so I spent almost a whole month just dipping urine. And I've never seen such growth. I never knew shit could be in urine before like that. Because the clap, gonorrhea. Oh my God.
The cloud.
Oh yeah, Sean. Oh yeah, you'd want to get fucking. You don't want mop level 4. You want a fucking moon suit. When
you want level A suits for those. I've seen a few of them.
And so this, so I got to participate in a lot of suturing procedures because people get drunk, they couldn't find their keys, they punched the glass on the window or the door, slicing stuff up real good.
Dumbasses.
And this one chick come in there. She come in there like she come in so many fucking times, attempted suicide. I knew her name. She knew my name. I'll just use a fake name. I'll just say Darla. I don't even remember what her fucking name was. And she come rolling by on the ground. And she goes, "Hey, Joe." I said, "Hey, Darla." I said, "You same thing?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, let's get you over here in the bay." I'd start the prep work because I couldn't pump her stomach, but I knew all the equipment it needed, so I do all the prep work for the PA. And the greatest thing about that for me was I'm working with real doctors, civilian doctors, and I'm working with the special forces guys who are going for their PA.
Yep.
And those guys, man,
They're
you talk.
very smart.
Oh, they were the coolest motherfuckers I've ever met in my whole life because most of your special forces guys are all about learning and training. So anything they can train me on, they're all about it. And because I was willing to learn.
Because you're a support guy.
Yeah, and they did. Now some of the regular Army doctors, they're a little too technical.
Guys.
They over-explain shit from time to time. But the PAs, man, to get right fucking to it, and it gets you right into it. Just like yeah. But you don't want yeah because that means you're starting to look forward to horrible things coming in. But you want to learn how to deal with this stuff, though.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, Daddy. How crazy do you think things can get in the OR?
Define crazy: violent, shitting themselves. Somebody said, "Hey, Doc, I got a fart."
I'm keeping this YouTube friendly. When I say how crazy,
this is my channel. Fuck YouTube.
Okay, in that case, when I say crazy in this situation, how likely do you think this is that if it were submitted, or something so crazy that if it were submitted to a TV series like ER, they would reject it for being too out of the realm of possibility?
Okay, there was one going back to Wilmington. Started out in the ER. 450-pound black female come in. She OD'd on synthetic morphine or other opiate because of her health. She's just so large, everything hurts, and she is flying high, baby. Anyways, she ended up in ICU, and I was called into ICU because they needed they're trying to get a catheter in her. So I walk in there and the stank hit me. The stank was so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just her vagina. She was shitting herself is what was going on. And so I had to put on a gown and some gloves, and they ran out of masks for some fucking reason, which is bullshit. And everybody else had a mask. And so anyways, my job was to hold up one of the fucking ham hocks of a leg. So I had her knee up on my shoulder. And that shit was heavy, man. Her leg must have weighed all of 100+ pounds. And I had to grab a handful of pubal fat and pull up on it because the male nurse is down there. He's got his face right in that vagina trying to get in the. And she kept shitting herself. It's like baby food shit. And so everybody's kind of looking away, trying to, not look. And this bitch starts hitting on me. She like reaches out her hand and touches my shoulder. She goes, "Hey, baby, you're cute." I'm like, "Thank you, ma'am, but excuse me, I'm busy right now." She goes, "Okay," and I look at the male nurse. I'm like, "Hey, man, why don't you just get that vac over there and hit it with about 10 to 20 millimeters of mercury and suck some of that baby shit out of that area right there, and 8 ball in the corner, right?"
Okay. Daddy?
Oh, God, that is disgusting.
I've got 2 of them for you. One is kind of funny. One is not.
Right.
The funny one. Well, do you want the funny one first, or do you want the not one first?
Oh, man, just run with it. It's all good.
Okay, I'll go with the not one so I can give you guys a palate cleanse.
Right.
Again, this is a story that Sean and Tommy have heard before. In 2006, we had a soldier come from Afghanistan into the hospital at Launchduel. This particular soldier had been hit with an abdominal injury and this poor guy was stuck in theater due to sandstorms. Ooh. So his abdomen was wrapped in telfa and he was unable to be moved. It started to ferment.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to go into any further details on the injury, aside from to say that the odor was so bad that we literally had to close half of the OR suite and decontaminate everything in that cluster.
Yeah.
Oof.
I understand.
Now, that was the bad one. This one is funny, disturbing, and WTF in that order. We had a woman come in for a cesarean section with hysterectomy. Pretty common procedure at launch stool. She weighed somewhere in the neighborhood of 400.
Oof.
Now, the cesarean section went through with no problem whatsoever. So we hit her with the general anesthetic to do the hysterectomy part. As soon as she's out, the doc literally looks at the nurse and goes, I bet you're so excited to get all up in them guts.
Oh,
God.
Hey, Patty can tell you, medical personnel have got probably the most fucked up sense of humor on the planet.
Yeah, it's always fucking gallows humor.
You have to, man.
Infantry and police have gallows humor. Medics have something that.
No, it's still gallows humor. It's just a little more graphic.
Yeah, I've participated in more than one CPR, either hospital or in the street, and I think 50. I'll just say 50% made it, and the others, you can watch leaving.
And honestly, if you have a 50% success rate with CPR, that's above average.
That's pretty damn good, actually. Yeah.
Well, it depends on the patient. It's not like I actually kept a book of record of like today I worked on a 600-pound woman. She didn't make it, but
Well, yeah.
I mean, when you're staring into those dead eyes, and doctors, they say pause so they can hit with they start doing the injections straight in the heart and shit, and then they say they try to defib a couple times, and then they're like, all right, go back and pump again. You're just pumping like a motherfucker, and just they do everything they can and beyond, and at least you walk away saying, everybody did the best they could, and you know what, I know we all die, so this is why I was okay with that kind of job. And there's only one or two that really tore me up, but other than that, it's just another day. I was just glad to be there, be competent, and be helped.
It's always the little ones that tear you up.
One of the last surgeries I was in on, it's not the last one. I will not talk about the last one on an open stream. But one of the last ones, I was manually pumping a good friend's heart who came back from Afghanistan with a hole in his torso so big I could stick my arm through without touching tissue.
Oh, wow.
He coded twice on the table. Because they didn't have the machine ready to go. It was down for maintenance. I had to stick my hand in to the cavity and was manually pumping his heart for a good 2 hours while they got it up and running. I cannot eat tomatoes now because guess what? What a ripe tomato feels exactly like.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anybody else ready to get a BLT? I am.
I'm going to go get another beer. You guys keep talking.
I think we're all experiencing technical difficulties here. My stinking mouse wheel quit working, and then my computer said, fuck you, you're getting kicked off.
Yeah, I saw you drop away. I thought we just grossed you out.
No, you have zero chance of grossing me out, dude. Zero.
Nah,
I'm the opposite of Pop.
I've only been in I wouldn't say part of, I was an observer in a surgery, Wilmington, because I got to know everybody. I'm a social butterfly. I had that one, I was a transporter. My job was to just go fetch people and take them where they need to go, x-ray, whatever. And because I had my EMT was still active, I can participate in a lot of stuff. So anyways, I asked one of the doctors, I said, is there any chance of me being able to observe, an operation? I don't want to touch nothing. I just want to watch. He goes, yeah, sure. He said, what about now? I said, yeah, I'm free at the moment. So, it gets me all suited up. And we go, it's just a laparoscopy. They had the guy covered up and, they had the classical music playing in the background. And
yeah, pretty standard.
Yeah. And so they made the smallest hole possible so they can stick the instruments in there and just basically, put a Kevlar patch and sew it up in there. And I was like, it was interesting, boring as shit, but interesting.
No junior mints were involved.
No,
If
no.
I hate to say this, but if you were in a boring laparoscopic surgery, you didn't see a laparoscopic surgery.
No, I can see the cameras. I can see everything. I mean,
no. What I'm getting at when I say that, at least at launch, Joel, almost every laparoscopic that we did had some kind of foobar occur with the equipment.
oh no, well,
So we never had such a thing as a boring laparoscopic surgery.
sure, but I would say more than likely in most of your civilian hospitals, you got either at least one in-house surgeon who's there, permanently hired, and
Uh-huh.
of course you got some outside guys who, they basically rent the rooms for whatever, and they got, it's not like the military where shit moves around. You got a turnover rate. These people are they all
They're
got
there for years.
serious
They're there for years.
and they got more liability to deal with.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying the military is not serious. I'm just saying these people just nothing moves. It's all there. So,
Well,
and
it's a different.
you got very
It's a
obsessed
different
with people,
world.
right?
Well, okay. In the military, a lot of surgeons are referred to as prima donnas because they have certain sets that they like to use for certain tasks.
Sure.
And there was one doctor that I personally hated working with because this guy always insisted on having a dental set in his kit. No matter what surgery it was. Yes. No matter what the thing was, he insisted on having a dental surgery set in his kits.
Actually, I can kind of dig that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, now the reason I say that, I base a lot of how I pack shit based on my experience, and usually, I might have, again, everybody's experience may vary. I may have seen or done something that most people don't get exposed to, and I get, that's the same thing with him.
Well, that one of the final surgeries with this guy before I rotated out of Germany, I finally found out why he insisted on that. We had a hand surgery. It was a microsurgery, not a carpal tunnel, but literally repairing the bones in a hand after a crush injury. It was actually a really cool surgery. He wanted the dental set because those were the only forceps small enough to get all the shards and put them back in place.
Oh,
where they needed to be.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm going to be completely honest. At the end of the surgery, when everyone was breaking scrub, I looked at him and go, "Sir, I've been wondering for 8 months why you insist on having a dental set in every surgery you do, and this is the first time I've seen you actually use it." And he looks at me and goes, I started out at Johns Hopkins studying for microsurgery.
Oh.
That nails it.
I was like, hey, I'm not saying it was bad. I was just curious as to the why, because for the last year and a half, you and I have been working together on various things, and this is the first time I've seen you actually crack it open.
Well, this goes to the joke that the gynecologist rebuilt the carburetor through the exhaust pipe. You guys know the joke.
I don't know if I know the joke, but that's funny.
There's two of us on this chat that probably have lived the joke.
Oh yeah.
I've never done nothing.
There's a gynecologist that wants to learn how to do auto mechanic and shit. So he does auto mechanic and shit, and his final test is to rebuild a carburetor. And he gets 125% on the test score. And he doesn't understand why. And the test proctor tells him, well, I've never seen anyone rebuild a carburetor through the exhaust pipe. And this guy's a gynecologist.
Interesting.
It gives you pause. And you think about it. It's like, okay, yeah, that's what a gynecologist really does.
Yeah, I was about to say I know exactly where that joke is coming from. And not for reasons that are suitable for YouTube, even on your stream, Tommy.
Nope, they're not. There's a lot of shit that goes on with very, very small shit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
All right, we'll change subject a little bit. So when I was a volunteer fireman, we had a 30-foot ocean-going boat and a dive team. And since I got done with working offshore on oil rigs, that's what kind of drew me to the fire department. Like, free diving, huh? And because of my skill set, they were very eager to have me part of their team.
I'll bet.
Yeah. There was one. There's never a rescue. There's only one body recovery. It's a very sad story. But other than that, we show for all the, because it's Wilmington on the beach. They had a lot. So during the holidays, they got boat parades and shit. So we always got to be part of boat parade. So I'd either be wearing, my regular fireman's uniform, or I'd stand there in scrubs and a lab coat, waving at everybody. Because when I get off work, the hospital's right down the street from the firehouse, and I'm like, I ain't changing my clothes like this. I'm jump on the boat and go. Those are fun. And every once in a while, we'd go about maybe 10 miles out and go dive on a Liberty ship that apparently, Germans sunk, and go. God damn it! What are those fish that grow sideways?
Flounder.
Yeah, we go flounder gigging. So we go down there with our tridents and stab them motherfuckers and bring them back and fry them up and have lunch.
Yeah, flounder's good eating. Just
like here is one that you might find disturbing, Batty. This is one of the little shenanigans that we did in the chemical corps when it came to some of the CS training that we had to do periodically. A particularly annoying soldier was constantly going on about how it was so dumb that he had to do that every year.
Oh, bitch.
Well, this was on Fort Campbell.
Yep, a bitch.
A bitch, yeah.
And I got tired of him complaining about that. And at a range, a deer was going out. It's like, oh, perfect. I can prove this exactly right. I had drawn specifically for, if this ever occurred, a CS 203 round. I lobbed it right in front of the deer and told the guy, this is why you need to pay attention to how your gear works. It didn't kill the deer.
No. It stressed it.
But that dumb animal actually went and ran directly into the nearest tree, knocking itself unconscious.
You'll be all right.
But this guy was like, oh my God, that's so cruel. That's so cruel. I'm like, no. Yes, it is. Now imagine if that's being done to you and the bad guys using sarin.
They scared us with stories about because when the wall was still up, Russia was, well, I wouldn't say really strong, but they very deadly people.
Yeah, they were motivated.
They'd always our chemical guys always loved to scare the shit out of us. It's like they got these gases that will eat through the rubber, and it's a nerve gas. And I'm like, well, great. What's the point of wearing this shit? You got your atropine in your fucking, in your bag too. And I'm like, well, if it happens, it happens. Whatever. Fuck it.
But yeah, really dark thing with when it comes to military chemical training, specifically for the Army. And I realized this about a year before I got out. That gear is not actually there to protect you and guarantee your survival. It's there to make sure you can survive long enough to get out of the fire zone and report back to headquarters. Yeah, this is where the enemy just dropped insert chemical here.
And I'm dead.
Yeah, you're not walking into any building once you've been exposed. You're going to get the full scrub down if you live.
Well,
Yeah.
no, what I'm getting at when I say report back is getting somewhere where you can actually get a clean radio transmission.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And when I realized that, I was like, wow, this is really the darkest field I could have gone into in the military.
Oh shit, man! I mean, if you're in a hot combat zone, you know, if you get taken out, you get taken out. It doesn't matter, you know, what it is.
Exactly.
I mean, you get a bullet, you know, fucking tree falls on you, car crash. I mean, it's better than being set on fire. I mean, you're still going to suffer.
Okay. I am going to tell you one last little story from when I was a medic.
Oh Jesus!
And then I'm going to
go.
I'm going to call it a night. No, Tommy, this is one of my funny ones. This is when I was doing moulage at Fort McCoy back during my first rotation as a reservist.
Moulage, is that like a mojito?
No, moulage.
It's dressing up actors for
prosthetics,
acting like patients.
Oh, one of those. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, fake ones.
In this case, it wasn't a human I was doing this with. The injury that I was supposed to simulate was an abdominal impalement out of a helicopter.
Ow.
Now, they had expected me to take a big old stick, take a dummy, and make it look like this dummy had been whacked on the stick. I took a bent all to hell rubber duck, the rifle trainer.
Mm-hmm.
I cut off the metal barrel, stuck part of it into the dirt, stuck the dummy onto that, and made about 4 feet of simulated intestine. And then took red water. Well, there was something more than just water. I think it was some red saline solution, and applied it liberally around the area with some tissue paper to simulate other tissues and cottage cheese to simulate adipose tissue.
Yummy.
I was incredibly proud of the fact that the medic that was assigned to go out to that particular patient came back during the AAR, said, I don't know who the sick bastard was that put that particular situation together, but I will never look at a Chili Mac MRE the same way ever again.
And that's the favorite, the Chili Mac.
Yep.
It is a favorite, yep.
And apparently he saw it a second time. When you tell somebody who's got a warped mind to go crazy on moulage, you need to make sure that you really want that person to go crazy.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Because you don't know what you're going to get.
Like a box of chocolates.
Well, there was another one that was not quite as screwed up.
Now, wait a minute. You said you were only going to give us one.
I know. I'm not giving you the details. I'm just going to give you a preview. Just giving you the tip, man.
Oh God. Oh, God. Oh, God, Daddy. Give me the tip.
In this other case that I got, it was an wildlife exposure incident.
Oh. Was it a black bear or a grizzly?
Whitetail.
Oh, that's even worse.
I'm not going to give you the details tonight. Maybe tomorrow I will, but not tonight. I'll let you sit and stew on that.
The
one.
whitetails. We used to hunt those all the time growing up.
Yes, but you never hunted one from above with your
well, we didn't have whitetails in my community. They were all mule deer. So the whitetails we were hunting were women. If you know what I mean.
I get where you're going, Tommy.
Giggity.
Giggity, exactly.
And the next time Blake is on the show, I may well send him the story of the German trout girl.
Oh God, this ought to be good.
It's disturbing, even by my
What could go
standards.
wrong?
Was she? What do they call
Let's
it?
just say she had a reason it smelled fishy.
Yeah.
Fish fucker. Huh?
You know, I've got a problem with German girls, man. They're just weird.
They're freaky.
I have some I have some knowledge on the reason why Germans seem to be so extreme and deviant. So in the early 50s, right after World War II, this is the pre-sexual revolution, and it was all done in East Germany. So because so many of the men were killed during the war, there's a lot of women around, and so what these East Germans did was they started giving these sexual wellness classes for women how to masturbate and have experience the joy of themselves, because that was not encouraged back then because the husband was the source of joy.
Right.
So it started there. There was a documentary on this. They removed it off YouTube. I saw it. I should have made a copy of it. Anyways, so it progressed to there, and so when the sexual revolution came in the '60s, so since they had great success with their experimentation of the East German women, not the Soviet women, the East German women, and you can walk right across Checkpoint Charlie. I mean, they didn't really stop anybody from crossing the border. They watched the hell out of you, but they didn't. Anyways, so communists are everywhere. They're here in America, all throughout our colleges.
We know it.
All right. In England, even when I was there, I was amazed how many fucking communists there were. People, I love communism. Oh, Russia's such a wonderful place. I'm like, oh God, you make me sick.
Do they actually believe it, or are they keeping up the act?
Okay. Yeah, they believed it.
Now, I was friends with this one couple. The woman, she lived at home with her parents, and of course, her fucking deadbeat fucking loser boyfriend, which cool guy, by the way, but loser. He told me about the time he actually went to Russia and walked in Red Square, and he said it was beautiful. Of course, Red Square is beautiful. It's one of their show cities.
Oh yeah,
Moscow.
It's clean as fuck. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't realize, the Russians they don't have environmental restrictions like we do. So if they find let's say a mountain range with a bunch of minerals and shit they need, they'll send all the Russians from Moscow into that village. The next thing you know, they pop up with these beautiful stores. Now they got sausage and vodka and there's a new toy store, and everybody's got something to do and jobs, and everybody's life is elevated until they no longer need that resource.
Yeah, and then they abandon it.
Yeah,
that's what happened to places like Chernobyl.
Yep.
So because England is socialist. Now, when I was there, we went to London. I think this is 1990. So, anyways, me and I think like 4 or 5 of us, we went to London. Just walk around, whatever. And we turned the corner, and all of a sudden, all the cars were flipped over and on fire, and people were smashing windows. We're like, a der. And anyways, it was just a London riot. So what it turned out to be was they introduced this thing called the poll tax. So,
oh God,
for everybody from 18 to death, had to pay an extra £450 a year, whether you're working or not. And it's for the greater good. It's supposed to go for roads and, for just to kind of bulk up the country a little bit. And the English because the English like to say, for the greater good. Now, this is the same time American Congress took a 60% pay raise. And the Parliament is like, maybe we should. So Parliament took a 50% pay raise. That's what caused the riot. The protest went, from protest to a riot, because why the fuck should I pay an extra £450 a year, whether I'm working or not, until the day I die, so some asshole can sit in Parliament and get richer?
Yep.
And because you got a lot of class envy over in England. In America in the 80s, you see a Corvette or a Ferrari go by, you go, oh, that's cool, I want one. Because if you work hard enough or you're smart enough, you can probably get one.
Mm-hmm.
Over in England, I remember the first time I was standing on a street corner with a British mate, and he saw it. I forgot what luxury car it was. It was real nice. And he goes, bastard. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, He got that off the sweat of working class. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. Somebody's. When's the last time a poor guy gave you a job? He's like, what? I'm like, oh, never mind. Just British, man. I mean, they're super nice people. They will feed you, give you. I mean, super. God damn, they're so fucking nice, and they're clean. The houses are beautiful.
Yep.
But too many of them, that greater good shit, because they all think, well, I have access to all these services. Yeah, maybe back in the 80s, but you see what now,
Now what you got? Oh fuck!
Now I tell everybody, there's a woman I talk to in England on a regular, and everybody knows she's now a second-class citizen in her own country. If she wants medical, she's stuck behind all the Africans and and all the Afghanistans that have been
all
pushed
the
in there.
boat people.
Yeah. And the housing, it's almost. Anyways, she told me about her brother having difficulty getting a job because they give priority to all the non-born, natural born. And I wanted to be an asshole. I'm like, yeah, how's that for the greater good shit working for you people? Because when we first started talking like 3 or 4 years ago, I was like, man, she's talking like, I have not been to England in 40 years. Not a fucking thing has changed over there, except for the clothing style and cars.
Yep.
And the location.
Their attitudes, all the slang is the same.
I honestly wish I could say the same was true for Germany, but I've seen enough of the news articles to know that even K-Town, where I spent a great many weekends,
Germany has changed so much.
Well, they're destroying it on purpose because the Germans I would say they're the smartest, cleverest people in all of Europe.
There's some of them. They're also some of the nicest people in Europe, unless you piss them off.
Now, the way I look at Germans, and just if you look at my avatar, or if you've ever seen any of my videos, I play a German in the German Space Navy in the future. Because I believe the Germans should. Now, in a different timeline, if there's no World War II, they would have made it to space before anybody else.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, as far as Germans go, they're the only people that I can see in Europe who actually have, they have Oktoberfest. It is the big celebration for the harvest before the winter comes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else does that
was
shit.
a big wedding celebration. That's all that was.
Right, but they capitalized on it, and it's part of their culture. Everybody gets together, sings song, drinks. They celebrate. It's all English don't do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. A chick with big tits and a dirtle shoving beer in my face in a liter fucking mug. Hell yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Right.
The two nicest groups of people I dealt with when I was stationed in Europe were the Brits and the Germans.
Yeah, they're nice.
I got a chance to go to a couple of NATO symposiums, and I got a chance to meet all sorts of other NATO allied military personnel.
Let me ask you, what kind of Brits? I mean, what branch or jobs did they have?
Mainly it was with the medical branch of their military.
Okay. Now the British guys I worked with, they were our opposite. They were their security forces for the Royal Air Force.
Yeah.
And we also worked with elements of SAS and Gurkhas. So I'm not saying I actually worked alongside of them. No, they were the outer perimeter because they were looking for Spetsnaz sleeper units, people trying to commit espionage, and those goddamn fucking college girls who fucking thought they were part of the revolution. God damn it.
God. These Gurkhas kill me, man. The Gurkhas just kill me. Those guys are so fucking hardcore.
They're snobby, man. They look at you like
they are above everybody.
Well, they're trained killers. Simply, they're not there to be teach you lessons in humanity. And when you meet them, they just look at you like, "Fuck you. What do you want?" That's the way they look at you. They're nice though, but
Daddy, let me put you this way. When I was in Germany, and up until a couple of years ago when I noticed this was starting to slip, I had one of those weird memory things where you could say something around me and it was essentially a walking recorder. So the commander I had in the forward surgical team, once he figured out that he basically had a walking tape recorder, he insisted on taking me to all of these stupid stuffy ass symposiums.
Of course.
Because half the time he couldn't take notes fast enough to or to be able to or to take the information that was going on at those things and implement it. And the other half the time he was catching them in things that, at least according to American medical procedures, were completely wrong.
Did these symposiums at least have a nice craft services? You know, where you can get like some soda or milk or yogurt or
something. Yogurt.
Typically, what Major Huck would do is, after having me sent through the main body of the thing and just being bored to death for 4 hours, because a lot of times they were going concurrent with NATO weapons demos and whatnot.
Right.
He'd be like, "Hey, I know this is boring you to hell. Go play with the guns for a while." That's how I got the chance to meet so many of the Brits, the Belgians, and the Frenchies that I dealt with when I was over there. The Germans, I got a chance to meet them just by dint of being in Germany.
Nice.
And I've actually had the opportunity to fire the FNP-90, the real one, not the one that you see in movies all the time, and not the one like what Brandon Herrera has. I mean,
I've shot the short barrel civilian version of it, and
I've shot the short barreled military version of it that actually has the proper ammo.
Oh, sure. Look, I'm not trying to make a comparison. I'm not trying to compete, but I'm just saying, I'm familiar with this weapon you're talking about.
It's a good gun. That thing has got to be the smoothest firing gun I've ever dealt with.
It's like a
BB I've heard that about FN's 5.9 products.
But it's such a light recoil. You feel like you're shooting a BB gun, and you got to start taking that bitch serious, because your fingers are real close to that barrel. If you make a little mistake, you stake.
But here's why I bring this up, and you will probably laugh your ass off at this. When going to these multi-day symposiums, I would eat lunch with a Brit and a German. Basically, I found guys who were more or less my equivalent there, that were more or less are being drug around to act as note takers for their officers.
Right.
Yep.
And we would just hang out, because even though we had a little bit of a language barrier with the German, we understood each other enough that we could just kind of smoke and joke. And it doesn't matter what your brand or what your country is. It doesn't matter what your branch is. Enlisted is enlisted.
So you heard a lot of Germans say Scheißkopf a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Oh, fuck yeah. I still use Scheißkopf on a regular basis.
Or
I love that. I love that term.
But we had a French guy come over and start trying to pick at the Brit while I was eating lunch with him one time. And I literally looked at him and go, before you continue, yes, the British had to have the United States come to their defense during the Second World War. We more or less ramped up a naval construction program that makes pretty much everything that the French have done ever look like amateur hour. But I'm going to ask you, before you start picking at this guy any further, when was the last time that France successfully defended its country using a native-born Frenchman?
Yep.
Well, they almost had a coup in the 60s with the French Foreign Legion, but that's not natural born.
Nobody knows about that.
Well, the thing is, when I said this to the guy, he just gets all puffed up and goes, "You jumped up little shit. You can't be talking to me like that." I'm like, if I'm understanding your rank insignia correctly, you're a private. In the U.S. Army, I'm a specialist, which means I am 3 levels above what your equivalent is.
You forgot yourself.
Which technically means if I really want to be a dick right now, I can tell you to go to parade rest.
Or parade.
And,
actually, more than that.
Well, the thing is, this guy starts getting even more pissed off, and the Brit looks at him and goes, he's actually correct. But by NATO standards, if he really wants to, he could tell all 3 of us to do that, because technically speaking, he outranks all of us.
No, there's no technically. I mean, when you're partnered forces,
I
rank is
know.
rank, man. Rank is rank.
Oh, I know that. You know that. Frenchie didn't know that.
Yeah, we had British who were in charge of us from time to time for tasks and whatnot because apparently in Germany, Americans can roam with a little bit more autonomy, but not in England. We had to be partnered with British, especially for armed.
Well,
That's the
I
condition.
was stationed in Germany in the early 2000s. It was well after the wall came down. So more or less, it was just the same as being stationed anywhere stateside. Yeah, you couldn't bring a local national on without having them be checked at the gate, but that was about the only restriction.
Yeah. Now the Air Force, they've always had everything locked down. So if I brought guests on base, that was just a matter of stopping in, showing ID, logging the person in, because I was so there's so much I wasn't aware of in the first couple of years until the end of it, and of course I've had over 30 years to play catch up and learn more about just how saturated and bad. You got to now take into account a year before I showed up, 20 to 40,000 assholes showed up to the base I was at and basically ripped the fence down and bum rushed the whole fucking base and went straight to the area where they were storing the goodies.
Yeah, I've heard about those events.
And they had a triumph. They had so we had training for that. Basically, we just go lock ourselves in the building. You just can't shoot people just for rioting. Besides those doors we had, man, those were. You ever seen Stargate? Yeah, we had doors like that. Not in the mountain, not that big, but like the bunkers. There was, some of the bunkers we had. The doors are so big, they were like, man, they're over a foot thick. And so as soon as you unlock it and you turn that handle on there, I'd have to stick my foot up on the fucking wall, and I'd take everything I had to pull on that motherfucker. And it's still not moving yet, but it's coming slowly. And once it starts in motion, which is really slow, it took everything I had to try and stop it because you don't want that metal slamming into concrete.
Yeah, because that would be bad.
Well, yeah, somebody get pissed because eventually it will bend. But yeah, if we ever got overrun by civilians, we just lock ourselves in the fucking buildings and just go, haha, fuck you.
Well, on that note, I am going to duck out. I've got things I plan to do tomorrow, and it's getting late here.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. And Doc, I'm sorry if I grossed you out earlier.
Oh, shit. You ain't got a chance in hell.
Doc ain't no pussy.
I'm over here eating, dude. You ain't got a chance in hell to gross me out.
Oh, really? I got to talk about some afterbirth.
Truth be told,
truth
be told, when doing gastric bypass surgeries, I used to grab spaghetti from the chow hall.
Yeah. Dude, it's a job. It's not that big of a deal. Just do your job. Right.
It isn't. It isn't.
But you all have a good one.
All right,
man.
man. Good.
Take it easy, Mando.
I know one thing. Tomorrow I'm going out and getting me a new mouse. Fuck this motherfucker.
What's it doing?
Oh, the scroll wheel quit working. Midstream.
I have at least one spare good mouse because when a mouse goes, pain in
all right,
the ass.
wait a minute. Let me ask you. Is it a Bluetooth mouse?
Yep. I plugged it into had it in the front port, and I thought, all right, try the back one again. Nope, that didn't work. Nothing changed. Physically, the wheel feels different.
Okay, it's probably worn out, but I will give you guys warning on anything Bluetooth, especially mouses. Do not plug your little token connector into the back plane of the.
Originally,
it will fuck it up.
Originally,
There's too
Tommy,
much shit back there.
Originally, that's where I had it, and I moved it up to the front. It's still having the same problems.
Yep. Yeah, you got one that's giving you issues.
It's a piece of shit.
What I have done, what is it, by the way?
J Labs.
Okay, yeah, fuck you.
Oh yeah, those are ultra cheap.
Yeah, get a Logitech, 510.
Well, ultra cheap, like $80. I didn't consider ultra cheap, but okay.
Yeah, you overpaid.
Oh wow.
You can get the 510.
Well,
for like
yeah,
30
JLab
bucks.
has. I know, what is it? We've had a couple of Bluetooth headphones with the kiddo. But they were only going for like $40, which is really good for Bluetooth. I've never used their stuff for other peripherals, but my understanding is they're cheap, but they do have expensive options or more expensive options.
Yeah. Well, I saw.
Like
oh, go ahead, Sean.
No, I was about to say, like adding a number pad to a mouse just automatically jumps it by like $50 for some reason.
Why would you want a number pad on a mouse?
Some of the games use it.
Yeah, you could do hotkey binding so that your thumb is using the number pad.
Okay.
I ditched mine. I hated that fucking thing.
I like the reason I got this mouse is not necessarily the name, but all of the functions. You know, like it's got a. I don't know what those little buttons are. Instead of having to use the arrow keys on websites, you know, to go back, you can click the bottom side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can click one of these side buttons where your thumb's at, and you can go backward or forward.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. If it doesn't make you a fucking ham sandwich, fuck you.
Well, it's got a button next to that to where I can go and it's like hitting the Windows key where it'll show you all the windows that you've got open. I mean, it's really handy when it works. But I think this is my first and last J Labs. Fuck this shit.
All I can tell you, dude, is all these gadgets and fucking bullshit, you're going to have problems with it because they keep upgrading the operating systems. And they don't upgrade the software for the fucking device.
Watch now peripherals will be a subscription service.
Oh yeah, they're already trying to do that. Trust me, they are. Razer is terrible about it.
Yeah,
all right, my coffee is reloaded. I'm reloaded. Carlito's way with Al Pacino.
By the way, how is your sewing going, Mr. Batty?
It's not bad. My most expensive bag is my cellar right now. I am, I look around at the economy and, everybody's like, oh, it's bad, it's bad. People are, and somebody's forking out 300.
Is not bad.
No, it's not too bad. But, when you listen to some people on their streams, they're like, oh my God, there's no chance in hell. Look, if people are forking out $350 for my backpack, the economy's not that bad.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Is like, fuck you. They're still buying shit. I bought a goddamn printer.
350. Now I have compared my bag.
Mine was $1,000.
Well, you could be very productive with that thing. I'm excited for you.
I'm going to make some dildos.
Please don't.
They're going to be the articulated ones too.
Yeah,
so.
Please don't. I'm just asking.
Yeah, and they're going to be at a TPU, and it's their name is going to be Doc Holidays.
Now, Tommy, I got an idea for your articulated dildo. So you remember the old-fashioned egg beaters with the hand crank on it?
Oh yeah.
Put a hand crank on it so it makes it twist around and stuff.
Oh God!
You'll see women with one big forearm with the.
Oh man!
It'll be like the baiting channel guy, where one forearm is like retarded big compared to the other one.
Fuck yeah!
That was my first car because I had a mechanical clutch and that thing was stiff as fuck. My leg was literally Arnold Schwarzenegger on the left side for the clutch. Oh God, that thing was terrible. Chevy Monza, 1979. 4-speed. Little V6 196 in it. Blew that motherfucker up, and I didn't understand why. And come to find out, it was because I had an idiot light that didn't work.
No, thanks for asking about my business there.
Well, the fucking thing overheated and locked up is what happened.
I don't want to do like some people and try and shield my business the whole time I'm here.
Oh,
everybody knows what I do,
dude. You're fine.
But we like hearing
anything
about
you
it.
want.
Anybody who's making an entrepreneurial endeavor and looks like they're succeeding, always a good story to hear.
And we're on you. We're behind you, actually.
One of my goals, it's not something I'm really going to hold my breath for, but I've been finding these channels in my feeds here. So apparently Europe has a very distinctive backpack market, and so does Japan. If I can get my design in Japan, then I feel like I've accomplished something. I'm not saying wildly sell out, but sure. I mean, but would I sell out? Yeah, I'll go get a fucking sweatshop and a bunch of slaves, and I'll crack whip every day. Man, I'll wear like a leather vest with nothing under it.
I'll tell you how you can make them sell. Have crazy wording on them. Have you ever seen the Chinese translations?
Oh God!
And on some shirts,
the Chinesium.
You don't know what I'm talking about,
or the Chinglish.
It literally makes no sense when you read them. If you have stuff like that, people will be like, "Oh, this is hilarious! I've got to get that."
If I had an embroidery machine, I would love to take like the 4-inch strips of Velcro and embroider, just whatever. Because I see another guy online. He got an embroidery machine like 5 years ago, and he makes Star Wars custom gear. He does Fallout, apparently. Big deal with a lot of people. So he makes a blue and yellow chest rig with a Fallout embroidered in the Velcro. And man, you can't get more custom than that.
Dude, those fucking embroidery machines are so crazy.
Yeah, and you could do just like your printer, multi-thread color. And
but you're talking $12,000 for a good one.
Well, shit! Now I want to look it up. I'm not going to take everybody's time up, but I'll just do this on my own.
Oh no, and we can discuss this because we're talking printers, we're talking embroidery machines. I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen embroidery machines that create 3D objects. Those fucking things are incredibly crazy, and they're like $25,000.
Okay, now what I'm looking at for an industrial scale, when I say industrial, we're talking, trying to crank out like
production,
right? 300 to 500 or more a day.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 15,000. But as far as something, just to do hats and whatnot, around $3,000, not bad.
Well, you can get a good Husqvarna programmable that'll do the same shit.
Yeah, let me go to shopping here and look at. Of course, Temu has something. Fuck them.
Fuck Temu. just to fucking block that site. Jesus Christ, those people.
Oh, here we go. Now this is my speed. A Brother machine, $600.
Brother does some pretty decent stuff, especially for embroidery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but they're single color at a time. But if I want multi, yeah, we're talking $3,000 to $5,000 for a decent machine.
Easily. The Husqvarnas are really good. The Brothers are, like you said, single color, but they have some better ones.
Right.
If you want to jump up about $2,000 or $3,000.
I think the easiest thing for me to do is say, hey, if you want, custom something on your backpack or bag, you order it, you mail it to me, and I will attach it to this bag. So it's, and into the seams, so it's like a permanent part of the bag, not just sewn on.
Here's my thoughts on this. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking THOTs. I'm talking actual thoughts. Make friends with your local quilting club.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Because the quilting clubs have very expensive machines that they've all pulled together to buy. And those machines will do exactly what you're thinking about with multicolor.
I need to network, yeah.
Network a little bit with those little grannies. They annoy the fuck out of you, and they love you because you're the big stud. I know you break bricks with your dick. I know.
I like old women too. Oh hell yeah, man!
And you like old women,
especially gummies.
Yeah, the ones with no teeth are great. Anyway,
them titties that swing down to the belly button.
Oh god, and slap their knees, all that good shit.
Terrible.
Yeah. Terrible.
No, it's not terrible. It's beautiful. It's a win-win for me. I'll sleep so good every night.
Well, I know your balls are probably slapping your knees, so it's an equal trade-off. So yeah.
Surprisingly, no. So all right, I'm looking at me right now. My the first thing I look at, I'm looking at my arms. I'm wearing a t-shirt, so I'm looking at the skin on my arms. Mm-hmm. My skin does not look like a typical 60-year-old man because even though I work outside, I try to wear long sleeve shirts and whatnot.
Sure, protect yourself.
Sure, and I think because most of my diet and I don't abuse alcohol or don't use drugs, that stuff kind of wear your organs out.
Mm-hmm.
No, my skin looks pretty damn good, man. And yeah, that's one of my biggest fears about my balls, hanging to my knees and shit.
Just slapping your knees.
I'm sure it might happen. I don't know.
Oh God.
But it's like the other night I was talking to somebody. Anyways, when I go to Walmart, that's my gauge in my area of how I compare to other men. And at my age, I'm still looking better than most men half my age in their 30s. And every man my age, I don't see anybody near my shape. They're sad. They all got that. The waistlines are going above their belly button, kind of.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking at it. I look at him like dude, you're weak. You disgust me. Give me 20. That's what I want to say to them. They look at me like, how did that motherfucker still stay in shape? Effort, asshole.
A little bit of effort actually goes a long way.
Yeah,
I've been running into it lately.
That's one of my fears when I was younger. I did not want to be. I don't care about getting old and dying. I just don't want to look like or feel like an old man too soon.
Yeah.
And of course, through working in the medical field on and off, it's mostly diet and exercise. Because you see a lot of wonderful specimens coming through the door, and you see a lot of people who just gave up when they're 30 or 40. Or most people when they retire, they cross that finish line. They go straight to the lazy boy and never get up.
Well, case in point for you, and you guys can all relate to this. That crazy bitch that defiled the World War II monument in D.C. in the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that bitch.
Yeah, she's 41 years old. She looked like she was fucking 80.
Oh damn.
Yeah, she was that beat. Ugly. And crying because she got busted for being a bitch.
How dare you catch me?
Yeah, fuck you. You're going to jail. Fuck you. I am so sick of this shit. And you guys have been watching this crap with this Clancy or whatever the fuck her name is. Fuck that bitch. And all these people supporting her need to go into the ocean and not come out.
Good start.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, put one of those chicks under each arm on all the Haitians and send them back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you
They
got me obsessed
love
with.
to be raped and fucking pillaged, so give them to them.
Yes. I just looked up on Amazon embroidery machines. Now I'm going to be all obsessed over this shit now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't just do Amazon though. You might be able to find some used ones for a good price.
Yeah.
You want to
It's-
make sure though that it's less than 10 years old because the parts become really hard to find when they get that old.
yeah, I've got a Singer industrial, and
Mhm.
finding parts for that thing. Nope.
It's a bitch, isn't it?
Well, I bought it. Yeah, I bought like the last. I was a supply. Beautiful machine. I mean, it'll
Mhm.
punch through fucking steel, man. But
Fuck yeah.
the control motor for it, it's a digital, which I hate. So I'm trying to looking for an analog. But this new machine I got, the Sailrite, that one is so analog. I can change the speed just by turning a dial on the fly.
Yep.
I like that way better than my other industrial machine. And so my Sailrite's portable. It's not as powerful, but it is powerful. I mean, it punches through shit. I was like, man, I didn't know. So I'm like, well, I got extra needles, so I'm like, let me see if it'll punch through this thing. You know, it just, you don't do it at fast speed. It just goes right in. I'm like, God damn.
It's like you're working with leather with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I could do leather, but the machine's not rated for leather, so it would probably wear out, and I'd have to lube it a lot more. So
Right.
and I have, of course, have to make sure I have the right needles for it. It's not a big deal,
Sure.
but yeah, I mean, clothing type leather, yes.
Mhm.
If I was
Yeah,
making
upholstery or shit like that. Lot
now, if
thinner.
it's if it's saddle leather, no, no.
That's a different beast.
hmm
Yeah,
I was,
don't
look,
be fucking with that shit
I was
unless
looking
you
at
got
that
the
at
right
Hobby Lobby.
equipment.
Right, I was looking at that at Hobby Lobby today, and there's of course because you play with leather. For those who don't know, there's two ways you can do leather: a really good machine that's built for it, or
Yep.
you get the multi-prong thing and you just beat holes in it and you manually sew it.
Right. Which works. And actually the manual sewing is better if you ask me.
Oh, they both got their pros and cons, of course.
Yeah, there's pros and cons on both.
But even with the machine, you can still stop and tie knots when you want to.
Oh yeah.
But I was thinking, well, I was only going to get enough leather for me because there's something I want to make.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do not want to be a full-time leatherman.
That sounds rough on your hands.
It is rough, actually. No, it's not on your hands. It's just work. It is.
It's like when I made holsters out of plastic or the Kydex.
Mhm.
It's almost the same pacing, and it's really hard to speed leather up. Now with nylon, so that my MedTech back, I'll just call it that. That's my most expensive one right now. That thing, when I prototyped it, it took me about almost 8 hours to make the bag because I really didn't have the pacing for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I made this last bag, then I made the other one. So I went live last week, 3-part series, and I can see where the whole process is now speeding up because now, I know where the bends and turns are, and how fast I can run this shit. And I'm like, I could probably build one of these in about 2.5 hours with no distractions. And if I can make, let's see, 2.5 hours, 4 bags a day. If I was selling 4 bags a day, at $350 a pop, that's $1,400. Oh man, that'd be glorious.
Oh,
$1,400 a day.
Yeah.
Damn.
The potential's
No,
there.
And that's exactly what you're looking for when you're trying to do production.
Yeah. So
and you being a one-man show, you've got nobody to answer to. You figure it out.
Oh yeah, this is so much fun.
Mhm.
This weekend I'm going to make probably two or three more of those backpacks. I'm going to do a black and tan, or black with tan webbing, white and black webbing, and maybe another orange one.
Mm.
Because I've heard a couple comments and a lot of conversations. They go, man, they like that orange, but I tell you what, that orange. Now my tool bag is. I made one out of orange, and I was using that for a video thing I was shooting. And as the sun was going down, the bag just got brighter and brighter and brighter until there's that point where there's no more light hitting it. But in low light, everything else damn near disappeared except for that bag. I'm like, damn, that's some good blaze orange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby.
That's what you want with a blaze orange.
Yeah, if you want to be seen, get blaze orange.
Yes.
Oh, I need to make a fanny pack out of blaze orange for those who go hiking in the woods and whatnot.
Oh God.
What?
Oh no, that's awesome. I love it.
Well, my fanny pack that I carry every day is the Miami Tiger Stripe camo. And I think it's a little loud for a man my age, but it's so fun. I like it. I don't care.
A man your age.
Well, there's a couple books I've read years ago. How to dress for your age and size. So you got.
God.
Now think about it. If you're tall and skinny, you can wear certain clothes and look good in them. But if you're short and stout, you can't wear skinny people clothes. You got to wear short, stout clothes that make you look good.
Right.
Like George Costanza, most of the clothes he wore fit him, but would look like shit on Jerry. And George Costanza could not wear what Jerry wore, or Kramer. Definitely not Kramer.
He was a twig.
And I don't use that as a gauge because I hate that motherfucker. I hate all those motherfuckers.
Sure, but everybody has seen them, and it's just a good, easy visual.
It is. It is. I agree. I agree. I just.
But thank you for sharing your disgust of people you do not like.
I just get so fucking annoyed with those assholes. Because I'm better than you. No, you're not.
I envy their success and wealth.
I don't.
Oh, I do. Oh.
I don't. Fuck them.
I don't envy it, but I sure do appreciate it.
There's
It'd be
the
nice to have.
appreciation factor.
And more, yes.
I don't envy it in a horrible, malicious way. I just envy it. Like,
oh no.
Lucky guys, man. They went for it and they got it. Good for them. You know, that kind of envy.
And I celebrate that actually.
By the way, do you know how Jerry came and into that success?
I don't want to know how he came at all.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how he came. I'll tell you how he.
Elaine opening her legs.
No,
right.
Before the show ever even started, he asked one of Hollywood's royalty, "How do I make it big?" And I believe it was Johnny Carson. And he told him what to do, and that's exactly what he did.
Right. Well, and Johnny knew how to do it. That's why he lasted as long as he did. And
Johnny Carson was awesome.
He exited when he wanted to.
Yep. On his terms.
Now, Johnny Carson made so much money. Every time he got divorced, he was giving away somewhere between 13 to 30 million per wife. And how many
still
wives did he have?
making?
Oh, fuck yeah, man! That dude was a gold mine.
Mm-hmm.
And you never saw him.
He offered Dolly Parton $9 million to see her tits.
No, he told her on live TV. He said, "I'd be willing to give up a year's salary to take a peek up underneath that dress."
At that year, he was making $9 million.
Man, he must have been. Now, of course, he bought a house. You know what? Right after World War II, probably. So, and people didn't live in big, lavish mansions back then. They had sensible houses. So he bought a house at a decent price, expense done. Cars are still kind of affordable and whatnot.
Well, he came from pretty actual. You could call him humble.
Sure, but being thrifty, man, that money goes a long way. And most of his clothes were provided by studio. So,
he didn't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, and I think Ed McMahon actually outranked him in the military.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And then he became Johnny's bitch, for lack of a better term.
Well, and
Yeah, well,
you,
lackey.
you could call him his bitch, but those two were like thick and thin, man.
Oh, they were great together.
They could not work without each other.
Oh, they're great, man. I love now. I look at Johnny Carson as kind of a, I don't want to say a standard for my streams, but the professionalism of it and running through, a production. Not that I'm doing a production, but I try to keep my pacing going because I'm like on Tuesday, I'm just doing fart jokes and stupid people. I'm not trying to have an agenda or teach anybody a goddamn lesson.
Right.
It just giggles until Phil goes on. It's just bumper time.
It's like this shit show that we've got going on right now.
Yeah, well, this is a different pace and different mission. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And people, they get on my stream and I'll just pick on Dave for a moment. He forgets where he's at and he wants to do a deep dive. I'm like, Dave, we're not doing deep dive. No history lessons, man. these are fart jokes, bro. We're here to mock people.
We do a lot of that here. I agree.
Yeah, we're all guilty of it.
Poor Rexus, he hears or sees something he likes, and I don't blame anybody for wanting to do it because I could be guilty of it from time to time, but I catch so anyways, when I started getting on people's panels before I started doing my own lives, I go back and listen to myself. I'm like, I think I'm hogging too much time saying nothing. I need to change that. If I'm going to be on your stream and there's a pace, I need to keep pace.
Sure.
Now if it's just a hangout, it's just a hangout.
Well, and I've always been, I think, blessed with your presence. Every time you show up, it all of a sudden everything evens out a little bit, and I really like that because I'm not very good at it.
Oh well, okay.
Sean is a little better at it with the Saturday show, but
not so much. But yeah.
Oh, the Saturday show is coming along. I mean, you can see. I could tell just in the last few months here how it's evolving. Now, if you actually set up like a time limit for this and that, and you're trying to. Okay, we were having debate about Pops the other night with that Chickapoo on there, and.
So, the Evelyn or whatever her name was.
Erin.
Yeah. Everybody's having a shit fit over that one. Not because she's a girl. My contingency with that was Pop took 3 hours to, try and get a point across or sell to her or something. He should have had bullet points because a lot of people who do streams, they do it off the top of their head because I'm so goddamn brilliant. I don't need
you're not.
He should have blown his load.
Nobody is.
Now, Pops, I'm going to pick on Pops in a good way. He needs bullet points for some of his streams. Not all of them, but for some. He needs to blow his load. Right. He needs to blow his load in the first 30 minutes or less because most people, when they watch a stream, they're there for about up to 15, 20 minutes and they check out when it gets boring. I watch my numbers. People check in and check out. Hell, they even come in the chat. I'm back.
Yeah.
So now... blow your load in the first 20 minutes, get the good shit out, like a briefing, like a military briefing, just get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
And now if you want to shoot the shit for, 3, 4, 5 hours and everybody's hanging out, great. But I'm not going to hang out for 3 hours because I got shit to do, but I want to be informed of some really good shit. I want the good shit up front.
Right.
Don't cock tease me and slow stroke me for fucking 3 hours. And I forget even why I'm even there to begin with. And I don't even get to bust a nut.
Oh, God, there's going to be a making sandwiches fucking video showing up right now. I'm not doing it. I'm taking the headphones off. I'm going to go pee, and I'll be right back.
Let me see if I can accommodate you.
However, he'll get a copyright claim for it.
There's no copyright on it.
Oh, that's right. And it's AI, which means it can't be copied. Or
it can't be copyrighted.
Right? It can be copyrighted. I just haven't gone through the steps to have particular rights over it.
Was it?
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it couldn't be.
Now, here's the steps. It's evolving. The whole process is evolving. And Suno's getting ready to change a lot of shit here real soon.
I thought Suno was going under.
I don't know. But if I pay for a subscription service, okay,
Mhm.
there is a process where I can have it tagged, as it were, with YouTube.
While you eat your Sammy, I'm gonna suck you.
Oh, I didn't think it was gonna play.
That's all right. I'll just pause it for a second until Tommy gets back.
Yep.
But yeah, I can air tag it. You know, like when you watch people's shorts and you look at the little bottom right hand corner, and you see the reference to the music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You click on it, and it tells you the artist. I would get that kind of luxury with YouTube if I paid extra money for that.
Oh, of course they're going to put that behind a paywall.
Well, now I keep these copyright free right now because I don't see how I'm going to make money. And who the fuck's paying $1 on Apple anymore to listen to a music song? Or
I don't
iTunes.
know what their numbers are like anymore because, yeah, I haven't. What is it? I used to use Amazon for all my, what is it, when I wanted MP3 files.
Right.
Now I have a YouTube playlist just for that.
Yeah. Apparently, for some reason, urban music, for lack of a better term, seems to be the biggest, money maker. That's what they're pushing.
Mm.
Now, on Suno, my German Space Navy theme song, I got from all the other artists, I got a lot of thumbs up on that song.
Mm.
I love that song. We are the German Space Navy.
Is that the one that kind of has the theme of ole, ole, ole?
No. No, it's it sounds like a military type song. We are the German Space Navy.
I've listened to it. It's probably just been a bit since I can remember it.
Oh, there.
I'll have to go back and watch.
I'll pull it up here in a second.
There it.
All right, Tommy, here we go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I'm gonna suck you. While you eat your Sammy, I'm gonna gobble your. While you eat your sandwich, I'm gonna try out my new knee pads.
Love it.
Kills me if there's only lettuce in the sandwich. You've got a tray.
Just knowing she's going to drain you, do you really care?
No, well, no. But then you look at,
it would be nice.
You get old enough, it's like, wait a minute, where's my meat in my sandwich?
While you eat this, I'm gonna drain.
I mean, you're standing right there. I mean, while she's blowing, you just pick the meat up and start eating while she's doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
I kind of made this video purposely around right there at the kitchen. Come home from work. He's like, oh, yeah, food and mouth. Oh, yeah.
You know what? That one right there, though, the gal with the black bikini, that looks like my kitchen.
Really?
It's got the fucking pea green fucking countertop and.
Oh, wasn't that like what?
1970s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the German Space Navy song I was talking about.
All right.
Oh, this one's a good one.
Here. Good shot.
We are the German Space Navy.
Of course, that represents me being in hell. The Deutsche Weltraummarine.
You inhale? No.
Man, I love. I like this video, and I just keep thinking, what could I do if I had a real budget and a couple extra writers who don't get too fucking carried away with fucking sci-fi shit
or stupid crap, yeah,
or with agenda.
Yeah.
Well, get Jackal on board, man. He's a good writer.
Well, when I say writer, I mean I pretty much know what the plot is. I just need a lot of dialogue.
Right. And I would want Jackal's pretty good with dialogue.
Sure. Now I'm not counting him out, but I would also want get a group of military veterans. So there's some of that typical shop talk. There's a lot of stuff I've forgotten about, but it's not habit for me anymore.
Right.
Oh, you mean like the acronyms and?
Well, I mean just
standard.
Like when the guys take the weapons out and they're like, a guy goes, rock and roll, shit like that.
We never did anything
at
like
the proper
that.
time. Well, at the proper point, you use those terms.
Right, and a lot of people don't realize, the whole reason for a battle cry is so you don't lock up your lungs.
Yeah.
Because when shit goes, some people just stop breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So screaming, really, I mean, even in karate or just martial arts, screaming something, it just keeps your lungs moving.
Mm-hmm.
But and I like. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I'll move that from stage. Like Chaos, I would use him as a reference because he was in the Navy, and there's a lot of mannerisms, customs, and courtesies I've forgotten about that he could definitely be part of. I mean, hell, all you guys might be part of it. Shit, I don't know. Even Dak with his experience as a machinist, because what are Germans famous for? Machining shit.
Exactly.
Building,
engineering,
making everything too complicated.
Oh God.
All right.
I cannot stand Mercedes and BMWs.
BMW, big money wasted.
God.
And my favorite crypto here. Man, it's been on a tear the last 12 hours.
I had a run-in with a Mercedes driver today, and I just...
This shit's getting ready to double in just 24 hours here.
I don't give a fuck about that crypto.
Yeah, it was $1 yesterday. It's $1.62 right now. And since the Clarity Act,
playing with pennies. All right.
Well, that's the best place to start. Pennies. They become dollars if you do it right. If it goes right. But the Clarity Act is a go, man. Japan's already signed their Clarity Act. America's the only one fucking around trying to get all the backdoor deals and load up on their shit so they can all be billionaires, trillionaires.
Oh,
but it's happening right now, man.
I haven't checked my crypto in forever.
Sure, it's not for everybody, and it's not a guarantee it's going to win. But I have, I studied this years ago, and I thought, oh my God, this is potential.
Oh my!
I played a little bit with Doge, and after that, it was like, fuck this, I'm not doing this.
Well, the thing pissed me off with Doge. Now, I started out with Doge. I bought it when it was like 10,000th of a penny. And when it went to 1 penny, I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I didn't get rich. I had a chunk. I was like, holy shit. And I know how to get, I know how to move it. Then Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live, and I was like, oh man, dumbass me. I'm such an amateur. I'm like, oh man, the shit's going to explode now. And he said, it's just a fake currency. And it dropped by half instantly. I was like, God damn it. That was a signal for everybody to sell. I'm like, motherfucker.
Well, and he's right. It was a meme coin.
Well, I feel bad, but I don't, because I didn't lose more money than I invested.
Right.
I was still in the surplus.
Well, and the thing that kills me is it's still building.
Oh my God, I'm looking at my favorite one. The shit just dropped over 15 cents. And it's got a heavy dip right now. I'm wondering if it's going to have like a explosive. Everything goes down, goes back up.
Uh-huh. Well, anything to do with SpaceX, it's going to rise.
Man, it's really dropping right now. Something's
Yeah.
happening in the market because the market cap is up, which means there's plenty of money. So the whales are selling off right now. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Well, they're all losing their fucking minds over what's going on with Iran.
But as you know, as a strategy, I'm not recommending any financial advice to anybody. Please don't fucking listen to me. But when prices are falling on your favorite stock that you have confidence in, when it starts dropping, you start buying.
You
When it's
start
going up,
buying.
when it's going up, you leave it alone. Right now, it's dropping like a fucking like a meteor.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited. Actually, see, people panic in the markets when they see shit drop. I'm like,
You need to hold.
Right. Well,
Hold.
I don't invest in anything that has a margin call because I'm not that brave. I don't want to end up like the Mortimer brothers in trading places.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ, that dog is fucking snoring loud.
Yeah, she is.
Are you holding the dog over your shoulder or something?
No, she is.
Man, staple some blanket to the wall.
She is that fat and loud.
You need to start, get
She's
some
all.
shit
She's
on your
always
wall.
been a snorer. Yeah, my crypto is down like $70 from the initial or from total.
Oh, what's your favorite right now? I mean, if you care to share.
I mean, I did like Bitcoin for a while.
Bitcoin's got a place in the future. It's not my favorite,
Yeah.
and I hate.
Well,
I hate
it was
that you have
nice
to use
when
Ethereum to move it, which it's like a tax.
Oh.
Fuck that.
But I do have some Doge. I just gotta catch it on a good day and be able to try and trade it to dump it and try to make a little bit off of it. But this was more like I gave it like what, $75 between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shibu, and Doge.
You got no Pepe?
Shibu was like a stupid retarded thing. That's why it's only got like $5 in it.
Oh yeah. I bought like 10 million Shiba for like $10. Years
I mean,
ago.
it's one of those, just in case if it ever gets a surge and I've got a shit ton of shares.
Yeah, I put less than
at that
$20
cheap.
into it. I'm like, fuck it. If it goes somewhere, great. If it don't, $20.
Oh, I know. But
I just
this
said
was
away
more
going to
like
the firehouse in a sub.
like I said, this was more like I buy it now, leave it the fuck alone. What I should have done was when I knew that Bitcoin had hit 100K, I should have just immediately sold it, wait for the decline, and reinvest.
Right. Now, what I'm getting ready to say is I'm not beating you up. And again, I am no expert. If you don't know what's going on in the market to help gauge when to try and sell some of this stuff off, I see a lot of people because, back in 2018, 2019, when I was starting to buy in, you could have bought damn near anything and made some good money.
Mm-hmm.
You put $1,000 into anything, man, you could have made $100,000 or more. But nowadays, because of the Clarity Act, and they're trying to, tokenize and digitize the shit out of everything. What's going to have utilitarian? Now, Doge, amazingly, is part of the worldwide scheme when they digitize everything. So don't feel bad if you go in any Doge. It's shit.
Oh, I don't feel bad about it. I just thought it was. It's like, you know what? It's a stupid meme coin. I have $5 to $10 to spare.
Right, but it will have utilitarian use. Is what I'm saying. Elon Musk is going to make sure that shit happens.
Oh yeah, he's making.
Oh, because he knows anything he says about Doge, either the second he posts something.
Also,
he stopped that quite a bit ago.
Yeah, that's before he went on Saturday Night Live. That's what I was using as indicators of buying, selling, just trading it off from time to time. But fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Don't matter.
All right,
oh,
guys.
I've been to the WEF website, and they do have a list of the coins they are going to use that will be utilitarian. And Doge is one of them. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, doesn't surprise me.
So the World Bank, or the world, all the world bankers, They do have the white paper. I mean, it's not hard. So I would say go to the WF website and look up their, the future of finance, and that might be a good indication what you might want to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fight it. I don't hate rich people. I want to be one of them.
Hey, I'm gonna kill this.
All right.
And we'll go backstage. We'll go backstage because now it's getting into the territory of we could be misconstrued, if you will.
Sure.
Tommy, I think that could be said nearly everything we've done, but
yes. Okay. But this one is, I don't want to get in any of fiduciary shit.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I'll just stop talking about it.
Oh, no, we're good. We're good. In fact, I want to continue the conversation. That's why we're killing it.
Okay.
And everybody else has dropped off anyway, so fuck them.
Oh, have they? Well, it's going to be their loss. So
exactly. I'm not going to post. I'm not going to post where they can come either.
I'll save. I want to say something, but I'm going to save it till backstage.
Do it.
Do it backstage.
Oh, you want me to do it now? I'll do it now. I'll say.
Do it now.
If I ever get rich, I ain't telling nobody, but there will be some.
Will be some.
Oh,
knew that was coming.
See, I love that.
Maddie's going to roll up in a huge yacht, and there's going to be a sign on the back that says, "I'm rich, bitch."
Yeah,
no, my yacht
will be a
my yacht will be
Aston
named
Martin.
It'll say my yacht will say "Mighty Penis" on it. That's when you know I'm fucking hit it.
Diggus Bickus.
Mm.
All right, now hold on. If you'll indulge me for just a moment, let me see if I can find. I got it bookmarked. Since I made the statement, I got to back it up with a quick video here. I mean, I know I bookmarked it. I think Dak saw it last week. It's when the guy rolls his garbage can out. He says, "If I ever get rich, there'll be science." And you see the.
Oh yeah.
He pulls the garbage can back, and when he pulls it forward again, it's got gold rims on the wheels.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it goes from like really milquetoast white people music to "I'm a fucking gangster."
Didn't it have spinners on it? Didn't they have spinners on it?
I think so. I'm going through my bookmarks right now.
I can't remember. I thought it were spinner rims on the garbage can. I'm like, damn, dude.
That is just terrible.
That's unbelievable.
When your garbage can has luxury wheels.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I hate those spinners. Those things are so stupid.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I did to piss some of my neighbors off.
God.
What
didn't you do to piss your neighbors off?
I'm that quiet guy in the neighborhood. You know, if I ever did anything stupid, everybody would say, "He was always so quiet and polite." No, I built a courtesy pad for my garbage can by the road.
Courtesy pans?
Pad. P-A-D.
Pad?
I laid concrete down so my garbage can sits nice and flat.
Oh, God.
Because, when you go through a neighborhood, my neighborhood's kind of a bit of a rolling hill kind of a situation.
Right.
And you do that for water flow. And
sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, one of my neighbors was talking about it. I was like, man, that's a great idea. And the next day I ran to Home Lowe's and I bought like $20, like 3 or 4 bags of concrete. And I framed it out and I put that motherfucker down. And man, every time the garbage truck comes up, I'm like, man, I'm like one of the fastest garbage retrievals.
Oh, the garbage guys love you, I bet.
Oh, yeah, man. It's fucking awesome. But did anybody else do it? Nope.
Nope.
Well,
they can't. They don't know how to, and they won't ask you to because you're a dick.
Okay.
You showed them up.
Anybody. Yeah. Look, man, anybody can lay out
fucked up is fucked up?
Yes.
It's basically a 3 by 3 foot, I think it's like 4 inch deep. Probably used too much concrete, but I was so used to, when I did construction, we're doing all those driveways and whatnot with no reinforcement. So if you go deeper and put the proper cuts in them, you don't need all that rebar and shit unless you're up north. where it's colder. Because some other guys, they always give me, me and the boss man shit about how we do concrete. And they're like, no, you dumb motherfucker. And their story is, well, when I was a kid, I worked with my dad. We did. Great.
We did
You're
this,
13
we
years
did
old.
that,
That's your
yeah.
expert opinion. Did you actually do any real research on what you need for concrete? I can't find a fucking video. Never mind. We'll just proceed without it.
Nope. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've got a cousin that did concrete, and yeah, he would just go off the rails about that shit. Anyway, are we done, gentlemen?
Yes.
On the public.
I'm going to give this one more quick
Yes.
little look here. Yeah, go ahead and kill it.
All right. Done. Gentlemen, we are out.